welcome to Dicefunctional, where a bunch of friends sit around, throw some dice, and we share the story with you, our wonderful audience. Thank you everyone so much for being here. We appreciate your presence. And hey, a special shout out to those of you who might be tuning in for the first time. Greetings and salutations to you, friends. We hope you enjoy your first taste of this adventuring party, this group of friends, and really whatever happens. Really whatever happens. Before we begin, some of the usual announcements to let you know where you can tune in to check us out at a future time. If you like watching things live, be sure to head on over to Twitch. It's twitch.tv/Dicefunctional, where we play this game live every Saturday at around 4 p.m. Eastern time. You can chat with us live, experience the story with us live as it is being told. In our opinion, it is the best way to experience this game. And hey, we're alive throughout the week, so you can come and hang out with us if you have spare moments and you want to continue to watch us do other things other than D&D, such as drawing and other video games. If you need to catch up on previous episodes, if you want to watch our entire other campaign 1, other ttrpg content, gaming content, art content, we got a great place for you. Go on over to YouTube, youtube.com/@Dicefunctional. That's where you can go and check out everything that we have done up until this point. We got a lot of stuff up there, so we can keep you entertained for a very, very long time. If you prefer to listen to things, make sure you type in Dicefunctional wherever it is you get your podcasts. You have access to our entire Campaign 1 and Campaign 2, as well as some check-ins for Campaign 2 to keep you up to date even faster. If you want to connect with us on socials, we are at Dicefunctional everywhere. And if you want to check out some more information on the players and on the characters, be sure to search Dicefunctional wherever it is you do your searching things. We have an amazing, amazing website with all sorts of art and really cool stuff. So be sure to check that out. But we got a D&D game to get to, so we're going to do that right now. Connor, take it away.
I already opened this. I was thirsty. Where we last left our group... where we last left the neighborhood watch, they had just managed to deal with a wanted criminal who had broken into effectively the graveyard here in Hargrak, and was attempting to make their escape after being caught in running what was effectively a scam using the factory, and may in fact have been responsible for the issue with the changelings disappearing. You guys managed to capture him, get him brought to justice, as well as a few of you guys getting arrested at the same time. Thankfully, with some clever thinking and some forged paperwork by Darius, you managed to at least get them out of jail and have avoided getting them into too much trouble. Unfortunately, it appears that Liar, the criminal in question that you guys caught, isn't too willing or worried about cooperating with you all. Due to the guard captain here being a stickler for the rules, they aren't really willing to let you torture him for information. So now, Darius has to do something she doesn't really want to, and may have to kill a man just so that they can get him extradited to the south, where maybe they'll be a little more willing to let you guys torture him. And that's where we left off. Let me get the music. Currently, you guys are inside of the actual hotel room at the Yellow King Hotel that you guys have rented. It appears to be a rather nice looking place. I've already described it as the last session. You guys got 3 rooms. So however you guys want to bunk up, that's up to you. But, yeah. You guys can go wild. What do you want to do?
I mean, Darius has told the group at this point about our choices.
Alright then. So what did we need to do?
Well, we can either continue to try to grill him here, where politics are kinder to prisoners, which, you know, normally I'm very for and I would prefer that. However, this man we need answers from. And the only way to get him extradited to the south is if we kill that politician. Who, yes.
Didn't he say, like, he doesn't want the guy trying to run or whatever?
Pretty
Trying for the
much.
crown. Can't we make that happen without killing him?
One of you guys would have to bargain with Avic for that.
I'm not really
Partner.
fond of the idea. I'll be really honest.
I know I did not start adventuring to assassinate someone.
Get politics, but this seems like a lot.
Does anyone ever really start adventuring just to be able to kill someone, or do you just start killing people? In my
Well, it's
experience, you just
motivate.
start killing people if you want to kill people.
It's more of an excuse than anything.
I wouldn't mind trying to bargain with Avic for a different way of dealing with this guy.
The main thing I want you to remember is he's not gonna go for a plan if we don't have a plan. Because killing is easy.
Is
Going for a different route is much harder and probably not one he's going to risk. So it needs to be more than just a vague, we get him to not run again. We need to have a more put together idea than that. To be fair, I don't even know anything about this man. I just know he's royalty.
That is our biggest problem, no? We know nothing about this man that we are supposed to kill.
step number one. Maybe.
How are
You
we
know who's
supposed
really
to?
good?
How are we supposed to make a decision right now with what we're going to do if we don't get any more information? Because the way I see it, there are two options. Well, more than two options, but there are two ways we could go with killing this man. So we know that there are people that want to kill him. So we can just determine if he is a good person or a bad person. If he is a bad person, he should be taken out anyway. So we can claim a bounty on him. We can eliminate a bad person, and we can get something that we need. But if he is a good person, we could put ourselves in the way of him trying to be taken out. But we won't know that until we know more about this man.
What's up?
Well, that means we should do the research thingy that you guys are really good at,
Well,
that Fitz is really good at, and that you're really good at, Asher and
Wait.
Darius. You three are really good at that stuff. I'm not.
we learn more about the man.
Exactly. I can do other things though. I don't know what, but something.
Well, there are
So
lots of
can Cat,
Might be able to
so can
find out.
Daddy.
ways to gain information.
Mightn't it be bad for you to know where he's staying? So that way, if we do need to either kill him or tell him, you know, people want him dead, we know where we're going. Listen, I don't care how it's done as long as we get answers. But I have one strict rule. If we say we're going to kill him to Avic, we're killing him. We're not gonna go around it once we've already made a deal. I'm not gonna go to prison for other people's squeamishness if we've already agreed to do what we've said.
Or, if it turns out this man is good, we could always say that we're going to kill him, then get him to actively get evidence that Avec was trying to take him out, and then use the evidence to either blackmail him or get him put in prison, and then we can claim a bounty on a corrupt official, and make sure a good
just
person
say
isn't
no.
dead. Or we could claim that. Here's the other thing too. If this man is bad, we kill the man we take after, taking the hit out on him, but then we also gain the evidence on Avik, and then we get Avik arrested for taking out a hit on an official that he is supposed to be protecting, and then we can just double dip on the bounty.
Avik's not
Headache.
protecting him. Avik's in the south.
Well, we could still claim a bounty on him, I'm sure. I'm sure somebody would be willing to pay for that.
Let's find out what we know. And then we can come back to your scheming. Because I can see it in your eyes, Asher, that you want to scheme.
Well, I have ideas. I have lots of ideas.
Look, all I'll say is if it comes down to it and most of y'all want to carry out the assassination, I can't control you. I can only control myself, and I will not be participating in such a plot. I won't turn you in or anything. Obviously, we're a team, but I won't be helping.
That's fine.
I would kill anyone who gets in the way of my family. I don't care who they are. And I'm pretty sure Kaz probably feels the same about his uncle. His uncle, her uncle. Considering John's
Congrats on the trans, I guess.
Don't worry, it's the bloodlust speaking.
Because at the end of the day, this whole thing, finding out what's going on with the changelings affects the two of us the most. My family, her family.
Family.
Don't take this as an attack against what you're trying to search for. Like, us not agreeing to do a political assassination isn't us telling you that we're not going to help with your family. Or
No, I'm.
it's more of I feel like if word ever got out that I had taken part in a political assassination, I feel like my parents might be a little disappointed in me. So on a personal level, I really feel like I might be with Granny on this one. Again, won't stop you. Have good luck, have fun. Not too much fun, hopefully. I'm just gonna stay here.
It's fine if you two decide that your morals put you there. I'm saying, if we agree, I don't want anyone to try to back out after we've already agreed. It's okay if you don't want to be involved with it, if you decide to stay here, but I don't want to get arrested the second we enter the south if they find out we lied.
To decide
And maybe
after.
you and Asher, considering I'm covering for the two of you.
Nah, I'll be fine.
I'm
And
gonna
that's-
decide further down the line how I feel about this, because like this is all really like
Once we know if he's a good or bad person, yes.
me.
Chances are he's just a politician.
I don't know what that means.
A bad person.
Okay.
Politicians don't have the same morals as the average person.
That I will agree with.
They all fall into the bad category.
Most of them.
I don't know
That-
enough politicians personally to
That
yes
That
or
one
no that.
fella
The
we
one-
met,
Uh,
he was nice.
I've killed enough politicians to know.
That's I'm happy for you. I
that count?
haven't. No.
To be fair, they all were horrible
The
people.
one judge I've met is terrible. Really don't
And you know,
like
one day we may kill him.
that one.
If we're lucky.
Nah, we're not going to kill him.
You just
Politics
wanna
is
use
very
him.
He's
definite.
wait, he is worth way too much to me alive.
But you can't hide your facial expressions anymore behind the mask.
Do I
It's
need to
wearing
make you
a
some sort
mask.
of half mask? Just to hide the lower parts. The eyes are going to give you away regardless, but at least you can keep that weird whatever it is you're doing with the mouth thing. Make it a bit easier.
Is it weird?
No, it's just a grimace.
Is it weird?
It was a
Well, it
grimace.
is-
Asher was just being mean. You're okay, Fitz.
It's weird to see a grimace that open.
That's true. Most people
That's
don't
so much
openly
better.
grimace.
That right there.
Okay,
That.
I'll
Just
I'll
keep that
I'll
anytime
my
you're.
expressions.
Hold on.
Mhm.
Hey, Asher, do we have a mirror somewhere?
The fuck do
Feels
I
very
know?
natural.
I assume you always look for a mirror somewhere. You look around a room when we enter. Here,
You
Look at your
assume that
face.
I'm perceptive of
It's
fucking
a
anything.
mirror. The magic one. You have the magic mirror, don't we?
No, the you can use any mirror for the glasses,
Oh, that's
but
what
you
it
have
is.
to
Okay, it's glasses. I'm so
Yeah, you
sorry.
have to
I,
do-
attach them to it.
I forgot.
are you
Okay.
gonna be okay seeing your own face and the fact you can?
It's been a long time since I had skin right here.
Just
Later.
don't start chewing it. It's going to feel weird in your teeth. Don't start chewing it. You're going to chew a hole right through it. But then it will actually
You've
bleed,
eaten
and it will be a
and
whole
you
thing.
haven't chewed a hole through it.
Can we stop talking about my face? I'm getting very
Shall we get-
self-conscious about it. I've got a lot of skin now.
Go back to like
Alright.
the.
We have a day to gather information about
Yeah,
this
let's
guy.
do that.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna make the agreement without group.
I appreciate that.
Look, I have a lot of shitty things about me. I'm not making anyone else's life decisions for them.
How about someone should look for what might cause a person to be unable to run for whatever this is. If there's a way to permanently prevent him from running, then it's just as good as death for a politician, it is.
Be pretty good. It would also slander his name pretty well that other people who might run might not want to listen to him. Fitz, how do you feel about reading legal histories?
Legal histories?
Like anything to do with the law?
It helps me to not get arrested. I'll read whatever you put in front of me.
Okay. I trust you to be able to find this out then.
Fitz, you and I can go and see what we can find out about what makes people ineligible for the throne.
Asher, do you want to look through recent history of this guy or less recent? He's a dwarf, it's hard to tell how old he is.
It might be easier for me to find out more recent history.
Then I'll look for his earlier life sections then. See if there's something, any sort of scandal he's been in when he was younger, etc., etc. That leaves Kaz, Fizzy, Tana. Do you guys have anything particular you think would help?
People. There's people who like him or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Are there any politicians here in the city that know him pretty well? A lot of people say they for certain
I was
things,
talking about regular
but
people.
if you can talk to someone who actually knows what a person's plans are, you might be able to challenge what they're running for.
Regular people.
If he's a shady person, a Fisher's bound to know something about Fisher. Is that the right one? Oh, good. I'm learning.
A hooker, you mean? A hooker?
I couldn't remember if it was actually called a hooker.
It's a hooker, right?
I mean, Kaz has an in with local Fishers, probably. Figure out if he's done anything shady that way.
I'm not sure why we haven't even tried bothering looking up information about Liar when we keep looking about politician.
It's also a good point.
I mean, Cass can find out stuff about Liar if he's a criminal.
The only reason we're not able to get him is because we don't have the upper hand on any information about Liar.
Mm-hmm.
Kaz, I trust you to dig into him then.
Okay.
I was planning
Dig
on
into
going to
him
some of those
with
places, Kaz, if
information.
you want to go with me.
Sure.
Not knives.
Yeah, well, it would be a lot harder to dig in with knives considering the security on that prison.
Just double checking.
Yeah. I would... Asher.
Hmm.
The two of you are going together. I'm going to reiterate what Fitz just said. Dig in with knowledge, not with knives.
Or fire.
Or fire.
or fire.
He is more valuable alive. I don't use knives.
As we've seen with you, Asher, killing someone isn't necessarily the worst thing you could do.
No.
So, like, maybe keep it on the side of, like, the less violent. We can save the violence for later.
I can do less violence. Wait.
Good. Yes.
We're trusting the two most morally
I
good.
trust them implicitly.
I don't
Thank
trust
you,
Asher
Fates.
as far as I can throw him.
You can throw me very far, to be fair. I don't weigh much.
No, I can't. I'm also weak.
I think your pack weighs more than me.
So if you get rid of the pack,
Like a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it sounds like you and I are probably gonna end up in the same place as well with Granny,
Granny's such.
because you're going into legal history, which I'm probably also gonna need to go look in that section for. Do we have microfish in this time?
Small fish?
Sorry, I know. I don't know if that's like the
It's
actual name of what those are.
microfiche.
Fish.
Microfish. We
I
do
will-
have microfish, very small fish.
And I
never
think
heard it
so
actually said
because
out loud.
I will point out, I think we do because I think it existed when Rudy was doing stuff, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, I think she
I
was.
believe so.
And
I've
if,
never
if
heard
it
that word
exists
said
with
out.
Rudy, it exists here. 'Cause it's-
Microfiches have existed since 1839.
Yeah, I was gonna say Rudy looked through
Okay.
microfiche at one point.
Then I'm gonna go look through the microfiches of this man's life and see what I can find out that he's done, along with some actual, probably history books. Which means we're probably all going to the library, the three of us.
What I do best, and I'm gonna wander town.
Fitz, they're not gonna remember that you stole a book.
First of all, it's a joint effort. Second of all, I know they're not gonna remember.
Do you want to put your mask back on?
No. I'm just gonna be nervous the whole time we're there. There's nothing anyone can do to stop me,
Okay.
alright? I'm not gonna scream from the rooftops I committed a crime.
That's alright, you're always nervous.
It works in my favor.
I mean, if you wanted to scream from the rooftops I committed a crime, it's a very bold strategy. It might work out for you.
I'm not bold. Turns
No,
out.
no, you are not. But that is
No.
okay.
You know, out of character, Fitz should try playing poker because the lack of a poker face and always being nervous would mean Fitz could have a royal flush and still be like, what do I do?
Is this good? I don't know.
Turns around, whole hand.
Shows everyone. Is this?
Alright,
You guys know how to play better than I do.
so it sounds like everyone knows where they need to go, correct?
Yeah.
Alright.
So, yeah.
And
So to reiterate, Asher and Kaz are the Fisher group. Darius,
Where?
Fitz, and Granny are going to research at the library. Fizzy is specifically
I'm
going
gonna
to
look for
mingle
normal-
and socialize for like the normal people, and Tana is going to try to hear more about the guy from like politicians or upper class people.
Yeah,
City Hall might not be a bad place for you to try to hit.
So what happened to Electos?
So
He's just
Electos,
in the background flexing.
so Electos would have come with you guys simply because it wasn't clear where she needed to go right now.
That's true.
So she would be present with you guys if you need
always-
assistance.
She could always
Yeah.
go with you, Thoy, since she's intimidating.
Yeah.
Who's sharing
Or
a
you too.
room.
And,
Who's sharing?
and if she's not needed, we still have all the lesser criminals within the tower that she needs to drag to the guard outpost to turn in.
This is also true.
You know, I think that might be a good idea. That way, she can go ahead and collect our bounty. She has a business to run, no?
And turning in them could also make it less vital that Liar is kept here, because they'll get some of the same information out of the other people who make plea deals and the like.
Right. Well, let's get this done, and then come back here, report everything we've learned, and make our decision from there.
Okay. So, it is 8 o'clock in the morning as you guys are starting up doing all this. So,
Did we have a long rest in there?
Oh,
No,
No.
you have not had you have not had any chance to do a long rest.
Perfect.
we have not.
We leveled up.
Leveled up. There you go.
All right.
Well, we have
So,
not
so
leveled. I
a
need to-
ragtag team of the most bedraggled, still kind of bloody people, like tired,
We
go
some of
out
it short
into the
rested.
city.
We did short rest.
Yeah, short rest, absolutely. So you could have cleaned yourselves up, but you're still tired.
Mm-hmm.
So we will go with the first group in question. Stella, Asher,
Mm-hmm.
you two are going to try and find some fishers to try and see if you can get some information that is a little shadier about this man.
We are, but before we do,
Okay.
we're gonna hang out kind of in the lobby area, and Asher is just gonna sit next to Gastella, and then as they're kind of sitting there, Kaz, you're just gonna have Asher just whisper to you, just act normal. And there's gonna be a whole host of these very small bots that are just gonna take a couple moments and they're gonna start walking over your boots over the course of probably like 2 or 3 minutes, and then they're gonna climb right back into Asher's coat. All right, we're ready to go.
What just happened?
You'll see. Well, no, you won't see. You won't hear either. And as we're walking away, you would notice the fact that your footsteps no longer make any sound.
Asher, what did you do?
The common term they are known by is boots of elven kind. Even though the dwarves make them better. I don't know.
Okay, but what is that? Did you change my boots?
Wait.
You could have just asked me to remove my old boots or something.
No, this is more temporary. When we need to get some good quality leather, and give me a moment to make it a permanent thing. But I want to get some good leather before I start trying to make them for you.
Okay. So the whole I can't hear my own footsteps is part of it.
Wait, nobody else can hear them.
So what Jason's done is an artificer's infusion. The boots of elven kind. While wearing those boots, your steps make no sound, regardless of the surface you are moving across. You have advantage on dexterity stealth checks, relying on moving silently.
Oh, that sounds broken.
Nope. Trust me, there are different ones that can be a little bit more broken.
The cloak of elven kind in particular.
Yes.
Also, there's
But
a Misty behind
you
you
put
now.
advantage dex on Kaz
Yeah.
specific.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a Missy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
it
so
means-
broken.
And it also means if you combine that with invisibility, you're removing any chance of people to really detect you except by smell.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
Or like any like true sight or what have you.
Yeah.
But still. Yeah, so advantage on stealth checks for movement, which are most stealth checks.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty neat. Why are we sneaking somewhere that we shouldn't be? Oh,
It's-
no,
they-
fair enough.
I don't know what we're going to need. Also, we have been going for a little bit at this point. I would rather have all the tools that we can available and not need them than need something and not have access to it.
Also
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I've put the politician's name back up there so you guys can remember it. Is Borja Matos.
What?
Borja.
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 So, Asher and Kaz, are you guys gonna try? Kaz, do you want to go back to the fisher that you already saw back at Brook Gulper's Uppercut, or do you want to try to find a different one? Because bear in mind that last one did get the shit scared out of him by Electos.
Yeah, did get
Okay.
scared. I mean, is it gonna affect my intel of gathering information? Because
It may change the way he interacts with you, certainly.
You got
in a
Asher there
good
with
or
you this
bad
time, though.
way.
You don't know. You don't know.
Look, it really depends which fisher has the information we need or not. Whether that person does it or not, we have to look through every fisher we can.
We can start with the one you know.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Lactose is technically following us, so this would kind of scare me. I think.
I'm only really sticking around so that I can, if you need me. Otherwise, I can just go start turning in the bounties.
No, I was saying go ahead and
Yeah.
turn in the bounties. We got
You
this.
can. Yeah.
All right, Electus will leave you guys.
Go.
Okay.
Now I have this mental image of Electus keeps returning to the hotel, going up to one of the rooms, then carrying out a person that was not seen walking into the hotel.
I mean, if you guys, that's where the chest would be. So
I
yes,
know.
Electos does have to keep returning to the hotel room and keeps bringing out unconscious people and leaving
That-
the hotel and then
Unconscious
coming
people
back to the
that were
hotel room.
Not seen entering the hotel.
Yeah, it would get her some weird looks.
And she gets weird looks already.
Making your way over to Brook Gulper's Uppercut, you guys would see that the small, well, I shouldn't say small. The bar is dead quiet right now. It is 8 o'clock in the morning. What staff are present are doing cleanup duty right now. They are cleaning up spills, trying to mend broken chairs. A few of them, well, it looks like one of them has a mending cantrip, but the other ones are currently just trying to like reseat a couple of like loose legs and like use a nail to hold them in place for the time being until someone can mend it. They're basically cleaning up this place after what appears to have been some kind of a bar fight went down. Kaz, you can see that the fisher that you had spoken to previously is still here at the bar. He looks like he is trying to make himself look like a regular old barfly. Particularly drunk man who is kind of down in his luck and just kind of leaning at the bar. He is still here.
Asher will kind of motion to Kaz to go over and talk to him. Asher's going to spend a little bit, let Kaz do like her introduction, start talking to him, but keep an ear out to what's being said. And Asher's going to actually help clean up the bar itself. I have mending. Can just go around and start helping.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. While Asher rubs elbows with the staff, trying to assist them by making their cleanup a little bit easier to deal with, Kaz, you make your way back over to the fisher. He looks at you and immediately goes, "Oh, fuck."
Oh, don't worry. It's just me. She's not here.
Okay.
Listen.
So what do you need?
Well, a few more intel about a few certain things. Do you know a gentleman named Meyer?
I've got some ideas, definitely. At least know of the name.
So
Not
are
a
you
real
aware that
name.
are you
Well,
aware that he got recently arrested by the Hardcrack police?
I heard about that. I'm pretty sure he's been using a few aliases as well.
Do you have any information about him?
I've got some more solid bits, yes. Depends on what you're looking for, though.
What are we gonna go for? Is the real question. Are we looking for like blackmail or just like general information?
Start with what it was that he was doing. No, if you give me that one over there, I can get that one.
I just want a little bit basic information about what he does in his line of work.
Okay, I can do that for about 50 gold. That one's
Okay.
not too difficult.
Sure, I'll hand over 50.
I will remind you, you could also barter other information. If you know stuff about Liar that this guy doesn't know,
This is also true.
then you could trade information about it.
The thing is, I don't know jack shit.
That's also fair.
Yeah.
So,
Say that you know that he was caught with something. Ask what that information would be worth.
With the items from the graveyard, or are we talking about like?
Just say that he was caught with something. You know what it is, and you're willing to trade that information for what it is that he does.
Are we talking about Darius's? It's the grimoire, right? The one that he was holding during that fight.
Mm-hmm. But don't
Okay.
say what it is. Don't say what it is.
No, I know. This is just me as a player. I'm like, I don't remember
Yeah.
what we had
that's
Yeah.
fair.
happened.
Yeah. No, I'm asking what that
Okay.
is. No, that's not the back of the chair. That's one of the like. Hey, give me that one.
Is it possible to barter about some information I know about Liar?
Depends on what you know.
I know how he got caught and what he had.
Okay. I could work with that. So what did he have?
No, he needs to
Well-
give us the information first.
Well, you first.
He was a con artist, basically. Running grifts so he could scalp people for money. And in the meantime, if he had the opportunity, he'd snag whatever else he could. One part thief, one part grifter. If I was to guess, whatever he was running here was just another way to make some cash.
All the way from Procretia.
When you're running, it doesn't matter where you go. You just need to make some money to keep running.
Okay.
What was that main guard's name? The one
The
we were
main
talking-
guard?
Yeah. What was the guard we were
Oh.
talking to?
So you are thinking of head guard. Let's see. It is head of guard Iria Toledano.
All right. Give him the fact that head guard Toledano was caught him coming out of the graveyard. He had gone in there and passed out.
The head guard. I forgot how to say the name. Is it Art?
Toledano.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Toledano?
Iria Toledano.
Area Toledana?
Yep. There you go.
Well, Liar did get caught when he went to the graveyard by the head guard. Fortunately, he did pass out due to the circumstances of the living dead around the area. He probably got caught by one of them.
And what did he have on him?
No, he needs to give us who this man was working with locally. Otherwise, we don't give up that information.
No, I just need to know a little bit if you know where or who did Liar work with in Hargrak.
Roll persuasion. You're trying to push him a little bit more.
A little bit. Oh boy.
If he seems to be hesitating, Asher is gonna take a break from fixing a couple things and walk up and literally sit right on the other side of this man Wait, just the black coffee. Wait.
It's a persuasion check.
Yep.
Help.
Should I roll?
You get advantage.
You want to? Okay, good.
Yep.
Because I'm just like, I have a -1 on charisma.
Asher can bonus action now.
Now, the real question is, will my digital dice fuck me over, or should I roll my physical dice?
I believe. Whatever you're feeling.
I'll try physical dice
Yes.
since it's a little bit more nicer. Okay, that's pretty good. So my first roll was a 19, and my second roll was a natural 20.
Oh, good.
Let's go.
I don't know exactly who he was working with. The exact name, that's something I haven't been hearing. Whoever he's been working with, he's been doing it well, whether it's through dead drops or runners, I don't know. But whoever he has been working with directly, I haven't heard any mention of their name. What I am pretty sure of is that they have to have connections somewhere. They're most likely with the family.
Most likely with the family.
Almost certainly.
That is a bit flimsy, if you ask me. Might be working with the family.
Well, it's a little bit more solid when you realize that there's no one talking about it. No one's talking about it. No other people have been mentioned. The runners themselves are very good at staying quiet, which means either this is an individual who is somehow managing to take a huge market away from the underground itself, which I doubt, or this is someone pretty well known in the family. Someone with enough pull to make everybody else shut up.
Something that Sarah is, and there's no leaks at all. That's impressive.
That's definitely one of the family members, I think.
Best idea.
I mean, if there's no information about it, then you're trying to really damn hard is to be clean about it.
Mm-hmm.
That was my thought. So what did he have on him?
A book.
Specifically?
The magical kind. Full of fairy tales and
This-
fancy.
This works with quid pro quo. You give me information, I give you information.
Monsieur, you're not listening to the words that I'm telling you. A magical book with fairy tales of flighted fancy. Very old. Very expensive.
Okay. What else do you need?
Tell you what. If you hear about if you hear about somebody planning a party in need of a special guest, let us know. The two of us specifically.
There are always parties going on.
No,
Depends on what you're looking for specifically.
no, about this gentleman. I believe it is his birthday coming up, no?
You mean for this man?
Oui.
If I hear anything, I'll let you know.
Okay. We are very good at throwing parties. Right, Costella?
Yes.
In Thieves' Cant, Asher is implying, hey, if somebody wants this guy broken out, let us know.
Okay.
And for how
I
much?
had a feeling that is
Yeah,
what
I
you
was-
were what you were hinting
I was
at.
getting there. I was getting there. But Kaz would know. It's Asher's talking in Thieves' Cant to this gentleman.
Business concluded, or is there more you need?
No, there was a man that did come by my shop previously. he did not write down his address correctly. I was looking. I was really curious if you knew anything about him and how I could get a hold of him. Borja Matos.
Separate deal means more money,
Name your price.
especially this 100.
Ooh. Naming of price. All right. All right. I'll tell you what. Asher is gonna palm 20. Make it good. I'm willing to pay full price.
I know where he lives.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the highest level publicly available right now. He's living on Ruby Road. Pretty decent sized mansion. It's hard to miss.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you, you're not going to want to try to run anything on him. Guy like Matos he's connected, but he's connected in a way that he has friends that you and I don't have and never will have.
Now, why would
See,
you go
his
making
friend-
assumptions about the friends I have?
Our friends have conversations like this. Their friends are a little bit more. They have their sights set a little higher, and they're a little bit more willing to make a scene, like, say, at recent large funerals. For the people who forget, he is hinting at the fact that this guy's probably tied to the Stonehearts, who recently had a protest at the Queen's funeral.
This man is not good at washing his hands, then.
No, but he doesn't really need to be. Old timers in this city don't see that as a bad thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Some young folks don't see it like that either. Unfortunately, he's pretty good at getting people riled up. Don't go poking your nose around there. Free security can be dangerous because they want to be there. Paid security is just there for a paycheck. Free security is there because they believe in something.
He's one of those fanatical types. All right. All right. All right. Ugh. Okay. Okay. And nobody's inviting him to anything. Everyone else gets the same stay away, even if you are part of the family.
The family is a little more careful about how they deal with folks like him. Other politicians, if you're part of his group, you're part of his group, you're part of his circle. They'll be going to the same parties no matter what. There's no reason to invite him.
Mm-hmm.
Or for them to invite him. They're already going to be showing. Other groups really don't want to associate with him.
Now, where would he have gotten the money to procure my services?
Old money, most likely. He's been sitting on a large wad of cash anyways. Ever since his papa passed, he's just had it.
What does the family do?
Family did a lot of things. Family were soldiers and then commanders and then generals, and there they are. long as there's been war in this country, there's been the Matos. They've been there, or they've been around there somewhere.
Privateers?
No, just soldiers that get paid well. Any officer in the military is going to get a nice paycheck.
Okay. That is annoying, no? Like that is really annoying. It's quite annoying. Like, just to go off and fight with your fellow man for country, and they get paid enough to be a pain in the ass for generations. Fucking annoying.
People have done more for less.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of less, my money.
Asher's already slid it to him.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Do you know a good place to get a steak around here?
What's
Not
that good for,
metaphorically,
Jace?
just truly, where do you get a good steak
food.
around here? Wait, Monsieur, you should know this. You can't just end on information.
This is
you have to have a
Connor
real
checking his
conversation.
notes.
Come on.
I mean, in fairness, Old Cleaver's Finest is probably gonna be the best place to get food.
Okay.
Not to cook it yourself, though.
Asher will literally just flick his fingers and have some fire floating above him. I got the cooking part. Hand on.
Okay.
Don't worry. Monsieur, if you're ever in the need of anything, feel free to stop by. What is the name of the place where I stay in Castella? The yellow person's house. What is it? I don't know. I'm whatever
The Yellow King Hotel.
Oh,
The
the
Yellow
Yellow
King
King Hotel. We're over there. Temporarily without a cart, but it'll be back up. If you need anything, I have plenty of stock.
Noted. Any other questions for the fisher? Okay. You guys make your way back out of Brook Gulper's Uppercut, and we'll move on to the other group.
Asher will actually, before we leave, Asher will make sure that the rest of the place is all cleaned up. Do some mending and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's fair. You stick around for a little bit longer to do a little bit of mending.
Yeah. Trying to keep everything on the down low.
So next group, it was, let's see. Tana's on their own. Fizzy, you're also on your own. And then the other group was Darius, Fitz, and Granny.
Correct.
Okay. All right, so Darius, Fitz, and Granny, you guys were going off to do a little bit of research, correct?
Mhm.
Whoops.
All right, let me
What the fuck, Nick?
The
let me
fuck.
quit playing Sudoku.
One more stitch, and then I will have a flower petal done.
Nice.
It's little, and you can't even see it on camera. That's cross stitch, baby.
So, you guys are doing more research and microfiche looking. I'm assuming the library is going to be your first step.
Yeah.
Making your way over to Hargrack Central Library. Actually, is it Hargrack Central? Did I say it right? Yeah, Hargrack City Library. My mistake. You guys will see that there appears to be a human male who is currently behind the main desk here. He gives a polite wave and allows you guys all to wander into the actual library itself. You got plenty of options here for information. So, what are your main questions? What are the main things you're looking for?
We talked about it.
Well,
What were paused?
Fitz and Granny at least are looking at the law to see if there's anything like that would disqualify someone laying a claim to the throne. Because that's what Matt. And Granny's probably just going to help action Fitz because Fitz is a much better researcher than her. But she'll be like pulling books and like, what about this one?
Fitz, you can roll a investigation with advantage.
Okay. Make my second die. Just. That's exactly the one I was gonna pick.
Oh, it's a good thing I picked that die.
Oh my god. First roll was a 1. Second roll is a 19.
Plus. You said investigation, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
26.
26.
Looking over the legal documents here in Hardgrack, the law around being a claimant to the throne is limited. So far as that the legal claimants have almost always been those of the bloodline of the current ruling family. There have not been many clean entries for a new family into the royal position. Ordinarily, it happens when either the other families have died and they take the throne, or it happens in coups. Those are really the two ways that it happens. To be a claimant for the throne by blood, there really are no things that would disqualify one, save for major crimes. Treason to state is the biggest one that renders you no longer allowed to claim the throne, because at that point you're a traitor. There's no point in you being here. Even technically murderers probably could try to make the claim. It would be harder for them, but there's nothing legally stopping you. Treason is the one thing that would immediately disqualify you and make you incapable of becoming a claimant.
Well, we can
Now
always
what
pin the
defines?
murder.
So either we need to find out about some treason he did and then prove it, or make him do a treason.
Force his hand to do a treason.
And
What
trick him
counts as
into it.
That's I was gonna say we pin the murder of the queen on this guy.
Well, let me do some investigating
I
before we do that.
pin the whole shebang on him. How?
Okay, so what's
Fucking no.
the name of the
I
guy
heard
that
a
we know that's
rumor.
getting blamed for treason?
You're speaking about Erasmo?
Erasmo.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
guy who was the quartermaster.
He's our little Blorbo.
Yeah, little Blorbo.
Our little Blorbo.
It might be behoove us to send a message to him through sending and figure out what he knows about.
Hey, this guy did the murder, right? Right? Wink, wink.
Yeah, I don't think the guy
That
who's
worked.
currently wanted for treason is going to be a good character witness.
I think so. I think we could. Get
Well,
him a
also,
big
he doesn't
t-shirt
know what
that
the
says-
treason. I will remind you, Erasmo doesn't know what the treason was because he was already like out. But if we find out what that treason was, we could pin it on him instead.
I mean, I'm already looking at microfish. Here's my fun thing is
Microfish.
I'm
I'm
not
not there.
wrong.
And that's literally Becca said what I was thinking, so
That's two birds with one stone. Because then we clear our friend's our friend. Our friend. Are we friends with this man?
I
he was
guess that
pretty
we're
nice.
friends. Yeah.
I get to the point where I start classifying people as friends without asking if we're friends. And then,
You've never asked us if we're friends.
are we not?
No, we are.
Okay. Please don't. Just made me really nervous for a second there. I was kind of afraid I was getting the wrong idea from you all, but
I've literally died for you all.
let's not talk about that. That's a little dark. But if we could clear his name and in turn get this loser out of the running. I don't know if he's actually a loser. That's what
I mean, he's a Stoneheart.
I
How
think
old
he's
is
a
he?
loser. If he's friends with those, well, we don't know that yet.
Green!
Oh, go back.
You mean how old is Borja?
Yeah.
He's 147.
So he's not terribly old, but he's also not a young whippersnapper. He would have been alive during the war. But probably a decent chunk of it, actually. Well, time to dig into this man.
Okay. So another investigation check as you are looking through the microfiche.
Yeah.
the microfiche.
Do what you do
Microfiche.
best.
Oh no, I've whiffed 90% of the investigation rolls I've rolled recently. So I don't have...
I'm gonna Charles Xavier your day.
Okay, then you pick the die for me.
Blue one. Pick the blue one.
I don't get advantage.
The blue. Oh, you only get one. Okay, the blue one.
Yeah, pick a blue
Do we
one.
have a?
You don't like blue that much to know.
You will roll
I don't have
poorly.
any blue dice out.
Oh,
Do you want me to
kinda
look
tried
for a
summon
blue
some
dice?
Blue dice.
No.
Yes.
This I'm sticking with that one. That's my favorite. Is pink.
I mean, this could technically count as blue because it's opalescent, but...
Blue dice.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah. Roll poorly.
Hey, I have a +1 going forward.
Oh my god.
I told you you should have rolled the blue dice.
I don't have any help! Hey, what did I say right before this? I have not rolled well at the one thing I'm supposed to be good at in months. Hold on, let's test it as soon as Jill finds a blue die.
It's gonna be a minute.
I know.
I don't have many blue dice.
So, yeah, no. Deus gets kicked out of the library.
She is forcibly removed.
Oh, that's a...
What?
Oh, no, it's really... Okay.
Was that headband causing you a headache, Connor, or was it too hot?
It's just getting hot in here.
Are you sick,
Oh.
by the way?
Me?
Yeah.
No? No, I feel fine.
No. You sound
Yeah.
kind of congested.
No, I am congested, but like I don't feel sick. It's just mildly
Gotcha.
congested. I think it's allergies.
He's been congested for like 2 weeks.
It's the start of
So,
mold season.
So that natural one I just rolled.
So, attempting to
I don't
look
think you have any
through,
blue eyes.
attempting to look through the microfiche for any information that you can find, you are finding a whole lot of not much, to be honest with you. But you've also only just started, so you aren't terribly discouraged, and you are still perusing through it all. When you will hear the bell on the door of the library jingle, and you will see walking in is what appears to be a group of about 5 dwarven men, all a bit older in appearance, with salt and pepper kind of hair in some situations, gray hair in others. Someone sending me a message?
Looking something up or message encounter.
Oh, I don't have a message yet.
No,
She's googling the haha.
I'm in danger.
meme. I had to mute and wait to do it.
Yeah, I'm about to get hate crimed. Nice to see y'all.
Oh god, you are.
I'm an elf
I
about to be
forgot.
surrounded by a bunch of...
I forgot.
Hey, Jill found some blue dice.
Oh, nice.
It
Well,
took
at least-
actual effort.
At least you have the cloak of protection. You might survive yet.
Hey, I want a
I'm
natural 20 on
there.
one of them.
Jesus Christ.
I'm throwing them away.
It was a natural 20, 2 15s, and a 4.
Blue sucks. Pink tie supremacy.
Rolled an 11. Anyways, can we get on to the hate criming?
Yes, you may. You're looking through the microfiche and you hear the steps of several men approaching you. And you will hear one voice go, "What are you doing here, Knife-Ear?"
She's just blatantly ignoring them, completely engrossed and trying to find more info. Not even intentionally ignoring them, just fully does not realize there are people around her.
Hey, those large ears just for show. I'm talking to you.
Can I overhear this?
Yeah, I mean, I imagine you guys are nearby.
Because Granny's gonna lean back in a dwarf and be like, "Hey, there a problem here?"
Old lady, the problem is that this is a dwarven city.
Yeah, and there's a human man working the front desk. You have a problem with him?
Mutts are fine. We don't need no fucking elf blood stinking up our city.
I'll
At
have
this
you
point,
know, elves are
Darius
very
will speak to
clean.
Darius at this point will have chimed in when she heard Granny talking, because that will snap her out of a research haze and go, "At least I don't smell like the mud of the dirt's gone bad."
What did you fucking say? You gray-skinned cunt?
I'm saying I could smell you coming in by how bad your perfume is.
At
Really
this
quick,
point,
cover Fitz's ears. He
at
shouldn't
this
be
point,
exposed to this kind of language.
Granny stands up and she like makes her, she like puts her hand on her gun, like makes it visible, you know, does the like pull it, and is like, "How about we keep the library quiet as it should be, and you fellas continue onward, and either leave or get what you came for." And she does a sweet, grandmotherly smile.
There's nothing sweet about the statement you made, Becca.
I know that.
Intimidation?
And I get advantage because of my gun.
Yes.
I think that's, or no, that was,
Let
sorry,
me-
that's
let
not
me double-
advantage. That's
No, that's a fear effect that you
I'm
get
thinking,
to resist.
yeah, that's fear. Okay, I was just, excuse me, I need my mouse.
Bean
Ma'am.
is stealing the mouse away from Becca.
She's sitting
I
on
would
the
like
wire.
to see the babe.
I would like to see the
She's-
babe.
I'm bitched.
I would
Hold on, let me.
Bean actually has a habit of laying across the mouse cord.
She knows exactly where to lie.
You're
That's
just
a
confused
23.
because I don't have a cord for my mouse, so she could curl around the whole thing, and I would
No.
just put it into her belly, and I'd be like, "Get
Mine-
out of my way!"
Is
I-
corded or cordless.
I didn't want a cordless one because I didn't want to have to worry about batteries.
Yeah.
The oldest of the dwarves is gonna kind of look you over, and just kind of like gently place a hand on the shoulder of the
Bless you.
quiet.
It's-
Stop it.
Is just going to
Shut.
I did.
Stop it.
It's just going to quietly just kind of like place a hand on the dwarf who's doing most of the talking. And he's gonna look at you and he's going to say, "You're right. This is a library. It would be better for us to keep this quiet here. Come now." And he'll bring his friend with him. And the
Fitz is gonna pop his head out and in Dwarvish just be like, "Have a lovely day, gentlemen."
An elf speaking dwarvish.
Oh god.
He's a genuine little boy. He's not trying to start shit. He's just saying have a lovely day in Dwarvish.
God, but it's such salt in the
The
wound.
the energy that's there fits with never, but the energy is here.
I would like a perception check from you three.
Oh God.
I got a plus.
Okay.
Jump us outside.
I
They're
knew
gonna
that
jump
already.
us outside.
I'm gonna get beat up.
Fight.
That's
We're gonna have to kill some guy.
Guys, you don't realize they said it has to be quiet in the library. They're immediately jumping us. There's no questions.
We're
Yeah,
gonna walk
absolutely.
out the door.
Shit's on site.
We're gonna get jumped.
I have a +8.
You gotta call our friends and be like, guys,
I'm gonna-
meet us outside the
Are
library.
they are they bothering you
really
guys?
use
We
this
can
one.
come to grab.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask
I'm gonna use
the
blue die.
librarian if there was an alternate exit.
Use the staff exit, please. Can we roll this one?
Yep.
Is there a fire exit?
Whoa! That bounced out of the dice tray.
We're gonna do that again.
Dog.
Okay.
Not bad.
So you got an 18.
Did I?
You actually have a +5 to perception.
Do I?
Yeah.
Oh. Hell yeah.
Yeah, you have a higher perception than you think. I have a +8, and I rolled an 11 on the die. Plus, I get
19.
a +1 for rolling a nat 1.
20.
I got a dirty 20.
So a 20 and an 18?
And a 15 for me.
And a 15th from Granny. Granny will not overhear this, but the elves will, as you will hear one of them lean over to the other and say, "We're going to kill the drow first. Don't worry."
Hey, can Deo say one last thing as they walk by?
They're walking. They're leaving the library right now.
Cool. Deus is just gonna turn back to the other two and go, I've died before.
We were there.
Death doesn't
Yeah.
fear me.
Death doesn't fear you.
No.
You don't fear. All right.
Well, I
Yeah.
fear death for you, so
Yeah.
I'll be right back. And she goes up to the after the dwarves leave, she goes up to the human man walking. She's like, "Hi, is there an alternate exit to the library?" Is that like at the back of the building?
Yeah, it's back of the building.
Thank you. She'll go back there. When we're ready to go, let's be quiet about it and go that way.
I can't find anything anyways. I keep getting interrupted.
Right. Anyone got a... Actually, wait. I have second level spells now. What do I...
Wait a
I
minute.
have a new 4th level spell. It's not helpful at all in this situation, but it's cool.
Gosh.
I can ritually cast silence.
I could dimension Doris out. Just kidding. It's only 2.
Yeah, so it'd just be the two
Well,
of us would be
people.
abandoning Granny. But also Deus would not.
Well,
let you
I'm
do
not the
that.
one being racismed again, so...
Deus's pride would not let you do that.
Well, I would just grab you.
I can. There's a resistance, remember?
I'm
resist
stronger
it.
than you.
I don't think it's strength. is it?
I don't care. I'm
No.
stronger than you.
You
I
are
know more
stronger
than you.
I know more than you. I will brute force you through this fucking dimension door.
What is the resistance for it?
I don't like this music.
It,
I'm
I
it
can
might
hear
just
real with you.
it might just be it has to be a willing creature. So
It has to be a willing creature.
if
Yeah.
you're conscious and resisting, you just don't get along.
Yes, Joe.
Why do we have horror movie Insidious strings playing in our ears? What's that
What's the
about?
problem?
Can we just
I
address
can't
that really
hear it.
quick? It's like a fucking. It's bad. You can't hear it.
I don't-
Good.
I don't see what the
It's
issue is.
scary. And it's also this like insidious blah blah.
Oh, I can hear that.
Yeah.
I'm ready to fight some people.
I don't want to.
Deus is gonna look
No.
at the two of you and go, you know there's laws about dueling in this city, right?
Well, now I do.
How injured
saw
are you
your-
still?
I'm at half health.
I'm at full health, baby.
My
Mind you,
grandmother is-
half health. Mind you,
me.
half health is Darius's full health, so
What's your half health?
45.
Actually, it's one more than me.
My
Jesus.
grandmother is sickly. Can't
Even-
you see?
Even bloodied Granny is tougher than Darius. That seems like a mean joke.
Good God.
No.
That's sad.
I think
That's
it's
sad.
funny. See, the thing is, Darius also knows she still has one more hit of that 8d8 because I put it in Rhapsody.
No, don't use it on these random racist old men.
Self-defense is a viable defense.
Or if you do, use it on the first to scare away the others.
Cody gets it. I know Tana's not here, but Cody gets it.
Do you think they've ever seen an elf turn into like a half dragon thing?
Ooh,
Would
no.
that freak them out?
Probably.
That would definitely freak him out.
I can also cast a sanctuary on Darius if needed.
So,
I'm not gonna die.
are you guys going to be leaving out through the back?
I mean, I assumed, but I also assumed they'll probably be
Yes.
waiting at the back.
Stealth checks, please.
Don't want
I couldn't hear it, but I saw Jill make a high pitched no.
If you ever see me scream and you can't hear it, just imagine the scream that Finn does in Adventure Time, where it's just that one tone. That's what it sounds like.
Well,
No one started doing that recently.
we don't
Okay,
have to
you
imagine
pick out
this
my die,
high-pitched
I'll pick
scream
out
because
yours.
we have the one from Connor's stream.
Yeah, you have me. I do high pitched screams all the time.
The one that
Good.
is so high, we can't even bring it in because Discord noise gates
It
it.
keeps getting clipped out. To quote Jace, they actually walked into my room. Actually, no, sorry. They jumped into chat midway through a stream because I screamed like a goat, and Jace was like, "Dude, I heard that from my room."
Yep, that's true.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Okay. So stealth.
You
I
want to
was
watch
trying
me
to.
with this?
Do you what would ritually casting silence over the exit give us any advantage?
Maybe.
Well, I'm gonna
That's
do that at least so they don't hear the door open.
Okay.
In case it's squeaky, because I can just ritually cast it. So only a couple of minutes.
I have a
Okay.
+3.
I also have a +3. Let's go.
No.
Jill looks like they're about to vomit.
Do some fun, quick math. So Jess has a +3. Okay. So if you take 3
Uh huh.
and you add 3 more,
Okay.
And you had one.
6. And
You had one
7.
to it, so it's a 7.
That's a 7. Stop letting
What'd you
me
get,
pick your dice.
What'd you get, Fitz?
I got a 16 on the die +1, so 17.
17.
What'd
What'd
you get, Granny?
18.
18.
Great!
Which is
I'm
really
gonna be
good for her.
You guys have to remember, Darius is 6'6".
Yeah.
We are
Asher.
also 6 feet tall.
Asher,
I
you
am the tallest
enchanted the
person in
wrong
the
pair
group.
of
I think
boots.
and Fitz is 5'11", I think.
Don't you ever call me 6 foot! Short king! 5'11!
Darius
In this
stands
party,
at
you
minimum 6 inches taller than both of you. She is much harder to hide.
You know how some people are
That's
really
why I cast silence on the door.
and they have to be like, yeah, I'm 6 foot. I'm not 5'10". I'm not 5'10".
5'11" and a half.
I'm
round up
5'11".
6.
If you ever say I'm 6 foot tall, I'll cry on you.
Anyways, I'm ready to get mobbed.
I'll cry on you.
Hold on,
You're
before
gonna
we
hate
get.
it. I think you.
Hey,
very
sorry,
close to
baby.
cry on you.
There she
Um,
is.
Aww.
Oh.
Ah, it's a gun, yeah.
He's just a baby.
You guys begin sneaking out through the back door of the library, silencing the hinges on the door that could have squeaked and could have alerted you all, alerted someone else to your presence, and you begin slinking away through the back alleys. But as you're doing so, you all, well, some of you may be aware of a few eyes that are now watching you as you leave this building.
I have a
Start
passive
following
of
you.
18.
Yep. You will see that the dwarves watch you all leave and start tailing behind you. Not directly, but they do stay probably a good block away, paying close attention to the very tall drow who stands out amongst everybody else in the crowd.
Darius is just gonna hit their earpiece because Tana never took her earpiece back.
Mhm.
which means Electus.
Yeah.
Electus already beat the shit out of someone publicly in the street. So she's just gonna very calmly go, "Hey, Electus,
Hey, Queen.
do you want to help beat the shit out of some old racist dwarves?
Oh, got paid?
Do you want like 5 gold for it? It's the satisfaction of doing it."
10, please.
Okay.
Sure.
Sending you our location now. Our fucking alt. We're using our alt right now, and our alt is Electos showing at me like, hey.
Electus, you're
Calling
so
it an embarrassment.
thick. I do.
I just really like the 10, please. Okay.
I'm removing 10 gold from your inventory.
I mean, can't put a price on life.
Okay.
Then she'll
Can't
try
put
to
a price
mention where
on
they're
these
at.
guys' lives, though, and it's 10
Where
gold
we're headed.
for all of them.
Well, now
Okay.
it's evenly matched.
This
There's 4
ain't
of them
about
and 4 of
them.
us.
This ain't about them. This is about us.
I think isn't there 5 of them?
It's 5.
Whatever.
5v4 is still.
More evenly matched.
5v1 is fair.
Cleo, you opened
2
the
gold
door.
per each body.
In fairness,
I
Electus
mean-
has probably gotten paid less.
Oh no!
I mean, this is basically paying Electos for the javelin she's going to use in this fight.
Yeah.
I
I'm
need to,
mainly paying her to show up.
I just need to say, I just need to make it clear. Remember, 1 gold is basically like $100 equivalent. So you're basically just paying $1,000 and be like, kick their asses. Yeah, of course
Yeah.
we're gonna say yes.
I feel the need to point out, Delos was also raised with money, so she does not understand
How
how.
much could it possibly cost? 10 gold?
So like, this does not seem that much to her.
Yeah.
As the library squad begin making their way towards somewhere else, I'm assuming either back to the hotel or back to the rest of the party, a certain tall elven woman will intercept a group of 5 dwarves and start a duel. And we will go to that later on what happens there.
That my watchdog.
She's already
Busy.
a little bit
Scary
pissed
dog
off.
privileges. Right
She's
there.
also pissed off by being arrested and held there for a short period.
Well, she wasn't.
Electos is our big scary dog privilege.
Mhm.
We get to go wherever we want because
Pay my
Electos
way.
is there. Yeah.
Busy.
Yeah.
What's your plan, dude?
Miss
cut-
Fizzy was gonna go and like essentially like case the joint. Not case the joint, but like get a feel for like how people feel about this guy.
You're
So you're
going
gonna-
to go
you're-
carousing.
Yeah, you're gonna be the person on the street asking, like,
I'm
talking
man
to
on the
people.
street.
Yeah, okay, you're the man on the street. Okay, that's fair.
But I look like
So-
me, so
Yeah. So I will give you I'll change your DC. It's going to be a little lower in my brain. So please roll a persuasion because you're chatting with people. That's basically what you're
Yeah,
doing.
she's just gonna hang out. Can I guide myself when I do this?
Sure, I'll allow it.
Cause I'm prepared to do it.
Oh, if there's
Oh,
another
wait,
nat
no.
one.
I did roll my Orcanon, but we're still in the same day. Never mind.
Same day. Don't forget that.
God, I'm so sorry. I cannot believe we're like in the same day.
Yeah.
It's okay. One time I was in the same day for like 5
sessions.
sessions. It was like literally, and it was like a 4-hour game. So it was like we were in the game, we were in a session, the same amount it took like real life. Insane. It's a day that never ended. Ooh, not bad. What is my I think it's just like a flat. So I think it's only a 16. But maybe I have a +1. And maybe I'm a little oh, it's a +1. So 17.
Okay. So you would basically wind up chatting with some people on the streets. Kind of, the conversation has to start as a general political conversation, which is a little awkward to broach being a elven woman in a dwarven city. But
Who has no knowledge of anything.
yeah, who has no knowledge of this
So
stuff?
she's framing it as like literally like teach me about politics because I don't know.
So, and in fairness to you, you get lucky. You wind up finding a group of basically what would be younger dwarves. They're probably in their like 50s or 60s, but they're all fairly younger in appearance. Some of them have beards and they're kind of short cropped and like in some cases beaded. But other ones are actually fairly clean shaven for dwarves. Like they're clean shaven for dwarf is basically me, the constant stubble, but still like they're fairly younger looking people, and they will talk the entire situation over with you. They'll explain how the politics work here, because they see you as a stranger in a strange place in your eyes.
Use it.
So they will try to explain the entire situation. The queen died. There's a power vacuum. That's the simplest way of putting it. But it's much more than that. The queen died, and she was a much more peaceful leaning queen, as she was the queen who stopped the war when she signed a treaty with the elven lord in the south at the time. When they came to this treaty, the war stopped completely, which was unusual as it had been going for quite a while. During her remaining reign, she tried to keep making sure that things between the two cultures went well. But with not all of the members of her staff being her decision, because unfortunately there is still a certain amount of other groups and other agencies that are working with the royal family, she didn't necessarily get to choose everybody else who was around her. And a good chunk of those people didn't like the idea of being friendly with the elves like she wanted. They either wanted at best neutrality or just a closed border. But there were also people there who wanted war again. They felt that they were wronged and slighted against the elves. So they wanted to keep fighting. And then the queen died. So at this point, there's no heir, no direct heir. So now it's a matter of people who have claim to the throne, claimants. And those individuals are cousins, uncles, aunts, stuff like that. And their political opinions are anything from being friendly and saying, hey, maybe we should keep going with what the old queen said, to more neutral views, which is a vast majority of them, to the outright hostile, which is shown with the Stonehearts. Yes, Jolly.
Did they get a confirmation of how the queen died, or she just died through natural causes?
It was reported as natural causes.
Oh,
I was
okay.
gonna ask that.
So it was reported as natural causes. I am pulling up a document I haven't looked at since the beginning of this campaign. So pardon me for a moment.
I was just making sure it's not like a planned assassination or something.
Right. How old was she? Do we know? Also.
So hold on. Let's see. Where is it?
Also, I can ask questions when you're done with this general. Like.
No, you're okay.
Okay.
I am
Busy has
unbothered.
questions. Busy has
Busy
questions.
found the liberal teens.
Yeah, you found the liberal political science majors. That's where you found. That's what you found. They were in a park. They were all playing hacky sack. That's what you found.
No, they're playing ultimate frisbee. I don't know what you're talking about.
They'd set up like a little what's it called? Hammock between two trees. They aren't wearing shoes because for some reason they're never fucking wearing shoes.
They smell
Good.
kind of odd.
Busy would get along with that. You forget this.
And Fizzy's like, oh shit, me too. That's why they talk to you. They were like, I see, we're
It's like-
connecting.
High five, except you raise your feet.
Ugh. This is the grossest high five ever.
No thanks.
That was awful. Thanks, bud.
I would like to
hold on.
decline the
I'm
high
just gonna have
five.
to. I'm just gonna have to check the script I sent Dazzy.
You know,
Quite
Busy's
familiar
like,
with that group.
But like, Fizzy's like, she found the political science majors who love to explain shit. Who absolutely love to explain shit.
So the queen died this year.
Right.
Literally, the 2 weeks after the campaign started.
Mm-hmm. After or before?
2 weeks before. Sorry, 2
I was
weeks
gonna say.
before the campaign started. And she was. Let's see. I need to. Wow. She was 166 30 years ago. So she was 196 years old.
Is that old for a dwarf?
Oldish. She probably could have lived longer.
Okay. And they said it was natural causes.
It was phrased as natural causes in the
It was
news.
phrased as natural causes, which is not
Is that
necessarily
what the
true.
autopsy says, or is that
I cannot confirm nor deny.
I'm sus of that.
Thank you.
Metal is found in nature, therefore natural causes.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
You can mine out lead. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Connor.
Mhm.
Do they know anything about the people who are vying, like the family members specifically?
Oh yeah. They
Okay, so
they
if I
know-
ask about Borgia,
the poli-sci majors here do know exactly who is who in so far as the claimants. Borja Matos is very much what one would say in modern speech as a right-wing individual.
Mhm.
He is very pro-military in the context of this game. He is very much
he wants to go back to the war.
he's a war hawk. That's the best way of
Yeah,
putting him.
he's a
He
war hawk.
wants to go back
Yeah, that makes
to
sense.
fighting with the elves because he still sees the war as not won.
They've got their ear to the ground, I assume. Do they know how many people how supported he is like amongst the community?
Well, in all honesty, it's a little tricky, ma'am. So if you ask someone's parents, they might agree with them. The older folks are almost certainly going to, though.
Like,
And
you
they're-
guys, you don't like him.
I don't, but I can't pretend that none of us do. At least a few of the guys who wind up going into the guard, they do kind of agree with his ideas.
Well, people who really like fighting and stuff really like him.
Yeah, or the idea of fighting, I think. Either way, yes, there's a decent amount of folk who do back him.
So, like, what do you think would have to happen for people to not like him anymore?
I don't know. Because honestly, I think I think that the brakes have already let go on that train, and at this point, he's going no matter what, and the people are supporting him no matter what. And I think that at the end of the day, it'd either be a matter of if he's not there, then they're gonna go to someone else who's also willing to start another fight.
Like, I would ask for like a list on a paper, but I actually don't know how to read, so it really wouldn't help me.
Yeah, that's so like, is that a cultural thing? Do elves not?
Not elves.
Thought-
No, not
okay.
elves. I've been told that where I'm from is just very weird.
Okay.
So I'm from like underground, but like
Oh,
very far
drow.
away.
Okay.
I know. I don't. Apparently, I don't look like drow, but yes, I am a drow.
Okay.
Very underground, very far away, and we kind of are by ourselves. And like, some of us know how to read. Like, it's not like all of us don't know how to read. Some of them are very smart. I just never needed to, so I don't.
Okay.
Now I
Um,
should, but whatever.
Well, I mean, yeah. As a rule of thumb, folks like you probably should stay away from older folk
Okay. Okay.
or younger folk carrying around weapons. It's
okay.
just
That's
a
good
good
to know.
idea.
That's a little scary, but thank you. I just do you have someone that you really like?
Honestly, no, not really. I had someone I thought was an interesting individual and kind of wanted to at least speak with him, but like he's not really allowed anymore.
Who is it?
So the queen had a right-hand man for a while. He had a core master. His name was
really?
Erasmo. He's not a full dwarf, but like he was a reliable person who was with the queen the entire time. I think that the whole royal situation should be done away with, but at this point, there's no way that's going to happen. So, yeah.
Okay. So you think the royal stuff is bad?
I think it's weird. I mean, if you think about it
Agreed?
logically, why exactly would being related to someone make you more fitting to be a ruler?
It's not done
It
in
doesn't make sense.
It's not really done in my
But like,
where I'm from.
I can't. There's only so much I can do about something like that. So, you know.
Mm-hmm. What was your name, by the way? I didn't get a name. I want a name.
Oh, Saul.
Saul. Okay. I just someone to refer to. Well, Saul, you've been really, really, really helpful.
Yeah, no
I don't
problem.
really. I'm gonna go back to where my friends are, and we're gonna talk about all this stuff because, like, they think it's interesting too, and they don't really know anything about it. So, thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, no problem.
Should just wave and walk away and go back to the hotel. I'm like,
Am I
literally
going to
looking-
have to remember Saul, the political science major dwarf? Am I going to have to remember this
Probably.
character for the future?
Yeah.
Probably
Write it down.
write it down.
Give the whole backstory as
Let
well.
her- let her-
no.
Listen, it could be actually. So I have brain ideas.
Okay.
Boy,
Jill just pointed out something. If he ever wants to go to grad school in the South,
Fizzy knows the dean.
That's true. That's true.
Got connections.
Yeah, should we get friends with like?
oh, you need a reference? I don't know what that is, but yeah, I'll go talk to the dean for you. Yeah, I know him. Don't worry about
He's
it.
my friend. He thinks I'm weird.
Thinks I'm weird, but like it works for me.
So we're going to take a quick 5 to 10 minute break. We're going to get to Cody last, and then we're going to pick back up this campaign. This game. Sorry.
This campaign.
This
We're
campaign.
stopping the campaign.
Technically correct, but not entirely.
We're stopping the whole campaign.
Yep.
There you
Or
go.
at least for
Just
10
for you.
minutes.
Yeah, just for you, chat. And we're back.
Tana, what were you going to do?
So Tana was going to go to the sort of wealthy area, and I think you said there is an old wealth and a new wealth. So the more likely to be involved in the politics of the region would be the older wealth.
Mhm.
So she'd probably head to that one.
Okay. What in particular are you looking to do out of curiosity?
Well, she'd like to employ her charms and her background feature to just gain the interest of the people there and try to find. Basically, she'd be going to people and saying things like, "No, I'm really new here and I don't know a lot about the country. I'd like to hear more about the political systems. Is there anyone here who has a lot more insight on the whole subject?" Just kind of try to maybe get an audience, so to speak, with people who know / are involved with politics here.
Okay. Okay, yeah, sure. I'll have you roll either persuasion or performance, I'd say.
I think they're the same because I don't have proficiency in any social skill. So I don't roll that a lot. Nope, that's a 4 overall.
So you won't really be able to find many or any people who are willing to have a stranger come to their home so that they can explain something like that. So unfortunately, you're going to be out of luck in that idea. Are there any other things you'd like to try?
Well, if that fails, then she'd try to find like higher end establishments where people congregate to, like clubs and the like, and see if she can get in there instead.
Okay, so that is a more doable option. So if we're talking about higher end establishments, let me check real quick.
Yeah. Because she can still get information, but they're a less private conversation. There can be any number of people listening.
Yeah, it's true. So honestly, probably one of your best bets is going to be probably Onyx, which is that smoking lounge that Darius and Fizzy went to a few sessions ago. That one is straight up it's a establishment for people to smoke, which tends to be a more money focused job, or not focused job, but method of entertaining oneself. So that's a very fair possibility and option.
All right. We'll head over there and kind of well, the Feywild doesn't really have a place like this, so she'd probably be a bit confused, but is there a general lounge, or are they all like private?
So there are many private lounges. There is like a general bar area present in Onyx, where one can just sit and smoke and drink. But there are also multiple private lounges that are more intended for higher end clientele who would like a hookah for themselves or what have you.
So, first thing would probably be asking whoever is like tending the place.
Okay.
Just
you see the lizard folk behind the bar. He's gonna look over you and go, "May I help you?"
I'm mostly here because I'd like to just speak with people, learn a bit about the overall policies of the region and what people's opinions are. I'm not from around here. Whatever you think is an easier way to do that, I'm willing to oblige.
I think your best option would be to sit and listen, to be honest. Find a nice seat, wait with a drink, and let people talk around you.
Thank you kindly. And she'll head over to the bar, and she's not looking for a really strong drink, but she has a decent constitution, so probably a moderate.
Yeah, something to sip and listen.
Because she's also used to the Feywild, where Fey can't get drunk, so their alcohol is like lethally strong.
Yeah.
And she's not had any alcohol on the material plane yet, so she would take like the tiniest sip, and then a few minutes later realize, hey, this isn't going to kill me, and then just start drinking regularly.
All right. So perception check for Tana, please.
All right. Hopefully that will be better. 18.
So, Tana, you basically just kind of wind up sitting back and listening to the conversations that are going on around you. And this one takes longer than the other folks, but it gives you a more accurate read on how people are talking and considering situations. And you hear a dozen different conversations and a dozen different topics that get discussed. Everything from how their day was at the office to complaints about their wives to gripes about the general political situation.
Unfortunately, she does not know Dwarvish, so any conversations in Dwarvish she wouldn't understand.
No, yeah, so you won't understand those conversations. But at the very least, it does mean that you can, at the very least, listen to conversations of other people and at least know what is happening and know what's being talked about in some situations. And what you'll pick up on is that the folks who are more so the typical individuals to be here in Hardgrack, so dwarves and gnomes, they're kind of a mixed bag on opinions when it comes to situations here. Some are okay with the influx of strangers that have been coming. Some are okay with the folks who live on the top of the mountain. Others not so much. But it's typically a matter of the older folks who are less happy with it. But you'll also notice that the individuals who are griping about it, they appear to be kind of like hanging their hopes on someone who comes into power who decides that they just don't want to deal with it anymore. So the name Borja Matos does get mentioned a few times in that context.
Yeah. Very much older folk who are more used to the fighting and militaristic and strict, maybe, in their hierarchy are looking
Republicans,
for Borgia.
yes.
You know, she'll kind of press her luck and approach one of the groups and just be like, hello there, I'm a bit new here. I can't help but overhear you talking about this Borja guy. Could you tell me a bit more about him? You know, there's some tensions when forming as well, and it might do me really good to hear a bit more about how you handle those sorts of issues.
Okay. When you say one of these groups, do you mean the older? Okay.
Who are clearly talking favorably about Borja.
Gotcha. One man will pipe up and he'll look at you and go, Borja is the best option for Hardgrack to make sure that we no longer have to deal with any more undesirable sorts that we don't wish to have here in our city. And finally, we'll be able to do away with the constant fighting that we've been seeing from the south. Finally put it to an end. For good.
Honey, can I insight any deeper meaning behind that?
You certainly can.
Give it a roll.
Mm-hmm.
If I had a middle finger model on Kaz, I would.
18.
Undesirable people who aren't me.
Exactly.
Do away with. Go back to fighting. That's basically what it's coming down to.
So the North has racist Republicans, the South has secret police who definitely do some sketchy ass shit we just don't know the full details of.
Yeah.
Are the islands the only safe place in that case?
At least one island that's super cool and nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
Oh.
Islands are fine. Except for the tourism industry.
Yeah.
That's a problem everywhere.
Fair enough.
Oh,
So yeah, what you would gather is that it's ultimately just it's racism.
does,
Simple as that. There's no other way of putting it.
from the sound of it, does it seem like Borja has a plan for resuming the war?
It sounds like he has been verbalizing that he would continue the fight. Yes.
He'd respond with, "Oh, that's very interesting. A lot of the people in charge of the Feywild are also very much against outsiders. Most of them are immortal, so you don't really see any change of power. Is there anybody I can speak to or know a bit more? Someone who might even know this Borja guy personally? I'd like to learn a lot more about this. And while at it, could I buy you a drink?"
Okay. Roll persuasion. I will say you can roll with advantage as you are offering to buy the man a drink. Which will make it a little bit easier.
He kinda knows how to get in with people. It's just like the step after that she struggles with.
So plying the man with drinks and getting him to go along with what you're saying, he will eventually tell you that Borja is a very he's a very isolated individual.
Insular.
He is insular. He has a circle of people that he directly associates with, and that's about it. And it's a bunch of other people who are similar in thinking to him. So getting to him directly would mean that you would have to become part of that circle in some way, shape, or form. So a little difficult.
That's still useful information.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she'll be able to get anything much deeper out of this, but she'll spend a bit more time, like maybe half an hour, kind of just chatting and getting a better idea of the overall political system, in case if that stuff would help. And I think you've explained that in like the country notes at the start of the game, so I don't think we need to reiterate a lot of that.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. So yeah, you will do so. You'll spend a little bit more money. And you will go from there. There were a few things that needed to get done by other people. Jolly, didn't Kaz have something they needed to pick up? I hear Jolly's mouth. I see Jolly's mouth moving.
I forgot about the mic. I just wanted to pick up plants, but we don't have to make a scene about it.
Okay, that's fine. You can tell me what you were looking to get, and we can handle that at some point.
I guess something. Well, floral, and this is a weird request. Is there alloy?
Oh, like just like an aloe plant?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. You can get an aloe.
Okay.
I'll say it'll cost like 15 gold total.
Okay, that's fine.
So yeah, that's fine. Were there other things that you guys wanted to do for the purpose of investigating, or no? That's a no. Okay. So, at about noon, you all will meet back up at the hotel to converse amongst yourselves. You will see that Electos will also show back up at the hotel, slightly bloodied, as if they had been in some sort of a fight.
Did you have fun?
I got 10 gold out of it.
Fair enough. So, anyone find anything useful beyond, getting chased down by Oasis dwarves?
Is that what happened to you today?
Yeah, that's what Electus did for us.
Oh, okay, that explains why she's bloody.
Dwarves.
Asher.
Hmm.
Well, what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about the info that we got for Liar or for Borja?
I think it might be prudent to start with what we figured out about Liar.
Okay. Well, we don't know who he worked with, aside from there's a possibility that he's working with someone that's under the family.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. But,
He's just typically a con artist, usually.
mm-hmm. But he seems to have at least some sort of decent connection. But we have a man monitoring that. If he's able to find anything, we will be able to get more information. Now,
I wonder if the family he's working with is the same family member that was potentially working against the fam for their own.
it is possible, but
I mean, the one-eyed vizier.
Mm-hmm.
it is also possible they are just going for the money, and Liar was looking for an escape, for a way to get out of the situation that he was in. Contacted somebody and was at least had good enough contacts to have somebody willing to help him. You know, work your way out, as it were.
Does give me a thought. We could maybe get Sweater here.
That was something Castella and I were talking about on the way back here. We have not talked to Swara in a while, and it's probably prudent to follow up with him, at the very least, just to follow this lead a little bit, just to make sure. Because the other bit of important information about this politician, in my honest opinion, he is causing way too much trouble.
Borja?
Mm-hmm.
Like him.
This man is trying to restart the war. Plain and simple. Is just another rich idiot who has way too much money for what it is that he offers to society. And to be honest, I think if he doesn't get dealt with, he is going to get a lot of people killed.
Very
A lot
weird
of
idea.
innocent people killed.
I have a very weird idea. A very not great idea. If because it would really change things. Apparently, I think. But I was talking to this guy I met. He was very nice. Seemed to know a lot about like all the political stuff. I guess he was like learning about it in school or something. And he was telling me that the people that really like Borja are the people who really like war, and a lot of the older people, and the people who join the guard, they all really like war. So they all really like Borja. But there's a lot of people who don't even like the monarchy at all. And he was telling me that actually the person that he really liked was our quartermaster friend.
This sounds like the beginnings of a coup.
I mean,
Here's are usually military-run overtakings of political power.
well, be against the military.
The Borja, I learned it's very difficult to get an audience with him. or really any of the people in his circle. They're insular, they are.
Who are his
It would
people?
take years to try to even get something like a secretary position.
Yeah, we also got similar intel that it's a bit harder to reach him, even through talking to him at all.
And getting to him to or kill him might be very difficult if he surrounded himself with all the military people.
So, like, you know that thing that the quartermaster's in trouble for?
Reason?
What is that?
It's just about the only thing that can remove you from the throne, or from trying for the throne.
It's
So if we instead either make it look or approve, maybe, because maybe Borja is the reason that he is in trouble for treason, then I guess he's not going to be able to get the throne now, is he?
Borjas is framing him for something else, so he has no one running against him for the throne.
yes.
Does the quartermaster even have any claim to it? That
It
doesn't
wouldn't
make any
be
sense.
throne anymore. I guess. That's
Technically,
what I guess.
anyone can have claim to a throne if someone leaves it in their will.
And also, he was supposedly very close to the Queen.
Are you
people
saying
wanted-
that?
If people wanted someone to run the country in much the same way, then you'd look at the people who were closely aligned.
And I was talking to felt that way. Felt like he was very close to the queen.
Izzy.
And yeah,
So, did they mention anything of how the queen died?
no, it was natural causes.
But that's not an autopsy official. Can't just say that.
Neat.
Also very likely that they may have lied to prevent mass panic. The announcement that your queen has been murdered,
Derek,
not necessarily like the...
Where's my book?
can't you talk to dead people?
Like, she's a dwarf, isn't she? How old was she when she died?
Not that old. I mean, she could have lived longer.
I mean, I was going to use sending to get a hold of our friend, but I could also call for her.
Would we like
Are you
to
talking
talk
about-
to a friend or the queen?
We can do both, it's just going to take time. And I need people to be willing to hold my hand so we can do these seances.
This is like if in modern day seances were real and you guys were like, hold on, let's talk to Queen Elizabeth. All right.
Yeah.
Queen Elizabeth. I want to talk to Queen, the band.
Freddie
Talk to
Mercury.
Freddie Mercury.
I wanna talk
If
to
she
Freddie Mercury. Get him in
doesn't,
here.
if she doesn't want to talk about it, we might need Erasmus around. She'd be more willing to even maybe say some country secrets if he was around.
Where is, out of character, where is the, like, literal throne? Where is that? Hardgrack?
It is Hargrak. This is the capital city of North Ekes.
Okay.
And
probably-
the throne
Now
is, or
hear me out.
the castle. No, the throne of the castle
Throne.
Tice.
is actually the castle of the keep is at the very top of this mountain.
Also,
No,
I'm going
no,
to point
hear
out
me
we're
out.
just doing governmental conspiracies here, babes.
I'll be shooting for my own eye. I would like to run to be your queen. Hi, I'm Fitzy.
It's governmental.
I'm just saying we sneak in and see if we can find the will or the autopsy report or something.
No, that's not a bad idea, but I don't know if that's necessarily possible.
It's a good idea either.
Well, here's the
No.
thing. We have two people who, if
Dungeons
they're
and Dragons,
even
anything is
spotted
possible.
within the palace without having been let in, are not going to see the light of day ever again.
There's 3 of us,
There's 3 elves in this group.
but 2 of them are drow, which I feel like is more
Yes.
hated on than...
Yes.
Well, they're kind of
I
at war
say-
with the above elves.
That's true.
I say two people Fizzy might be able to play off the I just wandered in here, I don't know what I'm doing, and might be able to be let out eventually.
Can you turn into flying things yet, Fizzy?
Can.
That means you could just go bat and disappear as a bat.
You just yell that. And
if,
fly away.
if they don't have something that would prevent it.
What would you do if you were getting arrested, or you were arresting somebody, and you were just put the handcuffs on, and as you put the handcuffs on, they just screamed "bat," turned into a bat, and your handcuffs were empty? How are you going to react in that situation? Do you have a net?
They'd probably shoot at the bat.
But bats aren't that big. How big is a bat?
Big.
Well, there's a size range of bats. It could be big or large or small, or there's also really tiny bats.
I had a pet bat once.
You did.
What?
You say things sometimes.
It's like having a pet bird.
Super different where
Wrong.
I'm from. They're like, they glow in the dark.
Yeah, no, they have bioluminescence on their wings.
No, not like birds. Not like birds.
No, because
birds.
birds fly around above us.
Oh,
and
there's some-
in the Underdark, there's no bat.
Well, I'm
There are
from-
birds where I'm at.
I don't want to break into the palace here in Hardrak. I think we need to get this train back on its tracks.
Oh, I'm not.
I don't
Wait.
know if it's a great idea.
Oh no, I don't know if the would it be in the castle? I guess it would be, right? All that stuff, the autopsy stuff.
Is there a royal autopsier?
The will definitely would be, I would imagine.
But here's my thing. Also, the treason stuff is probably in the house of Borja.
I have a question, or a series of questions. If the queen died of natural causes, I imagine she probably died in her bedroom in the palace. And with the burial rituals of the dwarves that we've seen so far, I imagine her room is just sealed off, correct?
We have the
So-
book. Do we know the burial
Well-
rituals are in the book, isn't it?
We literally were in the graveyard.
Yeah.
Well, don't you have some earth moving spell?
I can move earth, not
too,
stone,
I can-
only earth.
Hold on.
To be fair, there's a very easy way to get through Earth.
It's called a shovel.
No, it's called
Well,
explosives.
We do have a pickaxe there.
It's true, we do still have a pickaxe.
Well,
Anyways, back on
the most
top.
sort of thing.
So
Let's roll this back.
are we
That's what
talking
Jim
to
said?
the queen? Yes or no?
I think we should.
I think it's a good
Okay,
idea. But...
so the queen is a confirmation if she did get killed or not. But if she said yes, she did get killed, then the evidence would be in her room, right? Okay.
Most likely. Well, she might not know if she was murdered. If she was
But
poisoned.
she might.
She might. It's still worth it to. I don't say that's to say it's.
We're only risking to going into a room if she
Sorry,
did get killed, though.
The doorbell rang.
Oh.
I thought I heard
In
that.
terms of stone, I can shape stone.
But
I'm just saying.
yeah. No, it's definitely. I wasn't saying that to say that it's not worth it to contact her. I still think it's very. It would be very useful to potentially contact her, see what she knows. We just gotta
Well,
know
we
what
get-
to ask.
Well, maybe
We
she
get
had a
3
will hidden.
questions.
We can talk possibilities all day, but the real meat and potatoes is when we actually do it.
We need to.
And also, if we do it, I'll get my own maybe, my own if in here. If we do it, and the queen does in fact say that she was murdered, we will have to find proof, because going up to like the police and saying, "Hey, we talked to a ghost of the queen, and she said," I don't think that's gonna win us any favors.
No, that's why I'm
Yeah.
saying that the worst case scenario, she did get murdered, we have to go in her room and find the will. and that's how we could prove his innocence of being treason, right? So, okay.
Alright, let's talk to the queen.
Should we talk to the queen first, or should we message our friend?
Well,
Yeah, let's talk to the queen. He doesn't
yes,
know anything.
it's just gonna take time.
is he here? Is he in the city?
I hope not.
Nebraska?
Probably
No,
not even in the
He's
north.
probably in the south still.
I was just gonna send him a sending spell and see.
Maybe he had like a
Maybe.
code word for the queen. Like,
Tana is gonna whisper so that Electos doesn't hear, and say he probably has a bounty on his head. After all, he's wanted for treason.
True.
He absolutely does have a bounty on his head.
doesn't
He is
hear
literally-
because we don't need her hunting him down.
He has a wanted poster, yeah.
I'm putting a hard fast rule on what we're doing because, unfortunately, it's going to take us time considering I have to ritually cast all of the spells we're talking about right now.
Okay.
Literally
fine.
all of
Yeah.
them. We're gonna send 2 sendings to Erasmo. The first asking if he had a secret code word that him and the queen used when they needed to speak Frank. And 2, how she appeared the night she died.
Oh, those
Okay.
are good.
That way we have a bit more groundwork to work on when we summon her. Then we're
Okay.
summoning the queen. We get 3 questions. Let's pre-establish our first question to be, do you know how you died and how? Then we can figure out the other 2 questions as we discuss with her.
that's technically 2 questions.
Not if you put an and.
Or if you ask,
I don't know if that's how that works. I'm gonna be really honest with you.
or if you ask, can you tell me how you died? Because then if she doesn't know, she'll just say, I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
But if she does know, then she'd want to tell.
I'm gonna start getting sending ready to talk to Erasmo. Y'all can continue talking, but I gotta do this for 10 minutes and then another 10, and then we need to hold hands and do the seance.
Okay.
And use Fizzy's tarot cards because she's nice enough to let us use them. And I will
Alright.
begin to cast sending.
Gotcha. Are there any conversations you guys wish to have right now, or would you like me to just go straight to the sending? It's entirely up to y'all.
Straight to sending, I think.
I got nothing.
I
Straight,
got
Gotcha.
nothing.
straight
Okay.
descending, though in the background, Tan would probably be exclaiming how surprised she was that the alcohol wasn't going to kill her, and that it's actually really light and easy to drink.
Additionally, Jill, I put this message into chat. I've made a change to the Stone Shapers, the Stone Shapers Sage Stone, because I realized that the name is a bit of an anachronism if it doesn't actually shape stone. Once per day, when using that, you can cast a spell, one of those 3 spells, and make it affect stone instead of just earth.
Gotcha. Because every time I've gone to use it, I go,
I know.
These rocks. No, I
I
can't.
know,
I can't with
I
these
know,
rocks.
I know. And it's like,
Only
it's
dirt.
literally something where it's like, I chose the spells and I was like, perfect, these are going to affect stone, and I didn't double check.
Like,
And then, oops,
Only dirt. Only dirt moving.
my bad.
Dirt and loose earth.
So, you, Darius, cast off sending towards Erasmo.
Yes. Which the first question is, did you and the queen have a secret code?
This man is like eating his breakfast somewhere, and he's like,
you,
"How did you
you
know
sh-
me and the queen?"
you should maybe include we're trying
What?
to figure out how she died.
What would make her spirit trust us? That's 15 words.
We're trying to talk to your dead bestie. How can we make her trust us?
Nope, I shouldn't do that.
What were you you thinking about, Pesty?
I was gonna make a Ted Lasso reference.
Hey,
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
You will hear back. Me and the Queen, we did not have a secret code, but simply remind her that I helped deal with her enemies, and that should be enough.
Darius is gonna go.
Scandal. Oh my god.
He's a lot less clean cut than we thought. There's no code phrase we can use. However, reminding the Queen's spirit that Erasmo helped deal with her enemies should work.
I'm learning that no one in politics is very nice.
No, they're not. That's why none of us are in politics. Well, Asha may end up in politics one day, but
That's a scary thought.
That's a scary thought, actually.
That's the day politics changes. So politics. That's the shift. The big
Debates are now
Ooh, yeah.
death matches.
And after, why are you lobbying for the legality of mail bombs? It's like,
Why
there's
would
this
it?
giant stack of like mail bombs waiting to be sent out. No reason.
No reason.
Asher makes a predator drone.
You
See, the thing is,
like,
Asher
it's
would-
not a thing that Asher's already like
Entirely, but
conceptualized.
oh, I know,
Oh,
I
yeah.
know.
I literally
thing is,
have
Asher-
bomb bots. Like we are not far from like full fucking predator drones.
not to defend Asha for a moment, but he does have to put 2 good things in the world for every bad thing he puts in.
Yeah.
So mail bombs are legal, but also
He has made robots that can do cure wounds.
and
on-
also Amazon deliveries are automated
Yeah.
delivery drones, but
Also,
also predator drones.
why would mail bombs need to be legal when they can just don't get caught forehead?
Yeah. Well, what Asher does is makes mail bombs legal, but he also sets up a foundation to support the families of those who are killed by mail bombs.
Yeah.
It's the worst. The worst political decision
Right.
ever.
Anyways, Darius is gonna get her second sending
The hero.
off. Did the Queen have a will? How was she on the night she died?
You counted the night as one word. You said, "How was she on the night
The
she
night.
died?" And I went, I was counting because you almost did it the first time. I was like,
myself the first time.
the queen.
I caught myself the
The
first
Queen.
time.
The queen.
The Queen.
Erasmo will respond. If she had a will, I was not made aware of it. And as for her well-being, she seemed ill the night of.
No will that Erasmo knows of, but she was sickly on the night she died.
But then they said natural causes, though.
Could still be poison. They weren't expecting her to be poison. A lot of them probably look just like you got ill.
I
Such
mean,
as
yeah,
arsenic.
You
I'm gonna
could
say a horrible
technically get
statement.
poison daily if you don't notice it right away.
I
Yeah,
literally
people just
watched
lie.
the forensic. I literally just watched the Forensics Files episode where the dude was poisoned over time repeatedly with a shit ton of arsenic, and he
By his
just
wife?
had like, yeah, and
Yeah.
he just had
Wait,
like
was he a
horrible
Marine?
diarrhea. And, yeah, the Marine.
Yeah.
Also, some people use poisons as medicines and they don't find out until later. That's actually
The
bad for you.
foxglove.
Yeah, people
Well,
just lie. So like
heavy metals
they
as
could have just
well.
been lying.
People do also just lie. Fizzy is
They
right.
also
I
just
think-
lie.
Hold on, Fizzy. Is politics making you disillusioned with people?
Fizzy's like, actually,
It.
politicians are bad and people are mean.
Everybody knows that politics is just like not nice.
I'm gonna go home.
Learning about politics is what makes Fizzy break bad.
No, okay. Listen, it's for the record. I think it's like the people who. Okay, what I've learned is that people who want like power and like want to be the best and be the top, they'll do anything to get there, and that makes them not nice. I don't like it, and I don't think I'll be going for any of that, so that's fine. Don't let that happen to me.
Fizzy, I love you dearly. I don't think we have to worry about you getting into politics, alright?
I think
I don't
generally,
think, for one, don't think we'd allow that. Second of all, I don't think you could be mean if you wanted to. So, I really...
and
I
I'm
just
pretty
need-
sure a lot of politicians need to read.
I just need to break in and say, Jill, what you just said had the same polite meanness as a dad looking at his son and going, don't worry, we don't need a college fund. It's okay.
No.
You don't have to worry about that. Don't
God.
worry about you getting into politics. I love you dearly. That's my friend.
Actually, at this point, I am gonna cast one more sending.
Okay.
Because I hadn't thought of this, but we should ask this. Is she buried according to dwarven tradition, or is she buried somewhere outside of the palace?
She is buried to Dwarven tradition. Yes.
So she's in the palace. Fitz, you nailed it.
Knew it. Huge brain strikes again.
Alright, who wants to hold my hand and do our seance with me now?
I'll hold your hand.
I was about to say, I need 3 people besides myself. So Granny, Fizzy, Darius, who's holding... We need one more hand.
The rituals have
Tana's
gotten so
fine.
intricate.
Tana's
But-
helping.
Yeah. I just had a thought, Connor. If
Yeah?
Tana does bring back the moon, then technically she might be a Feywild politician.
Oh my god.
Oh,
God,
no.
Sorry, you must
No.
be. Unfortunately, you will be unsuccessful in your mission. I hate to say it, because
No,
Yeah,
but that makes it...
get the moon.
No, that makes it more of a politician. You're making campaign promises, not
You
following through.
If I'm
my
elected,
God,
I'm gonna get the
You-
moon.
Last campaign, we
I'm
moved
elected, I'm going
the
to stay
planet
moon.
to another place for like a few weeks.
We
There
sure
is a
did.
way to get the moon.
There's a way.
There's a way.
Where there's a
Um,
will.
Darius will, before she finishes the seance, go, I don't know if the queen will want to speak common in her death. So, if not, those of you who can translate, please be available for translating.
I am.
Dude,
Granny knows Dwarvish.
It's backup dwarvish.
And I think
Asher is backup
Asher's
Dwarvish.
Up in the lab.
you don't have a lab right now. You haven't fixed your
No.
card.
Well,
You could be
Asher's
watching
building
the corner.
something. Which is
Asher's
even
in the
more
corner of
dangerous
the
because
hotel room.
Because now it's
Asher's
just
in the corner
you're
of the room
building
that he is
you're building something in a fucking
designated.
hotel room.
Yep.
Asher has built himself a lab.
There's a fucking
Yeah.
pipe bomb being built in this hotel.
Great.
Oh no.
What up,
terrorism.
Anyways,
Uh, So,
Anarchy.
who are the 3 people doing the seance?
4 people.
4 people.
So
Darius?
Darius is holding it.
Granny,
Granny, Fizzy, Tana.
Yeah.
Darius, Granny, Fizzy, Tana. Got it.
Fitz is sitting to the side, writing down everything that's said, so that we have a record for later.
Gotcha.
What
Kaz
I'm
observing, Asher is working.
What I'm attempting to do is going to be, with Darius's questions, attempting to sense the emotions of the queen, which I don't know if it's possible because I don't know if she's considered undead or an object because it's not her actual ghost.
You know what? I will tell you when we get there, because that's an interesting question.
Yeah.
He is considered a specter. I will say as much. That
Which
is the
a-
wording of the spell.
Yeah, a specter would be undead, so don't worry. Don't worry.
She is considered an Inspector Gadget.
No, that's
Yeah.
Wait, I need to commission someone to draw her as Inspector Gadget.
And regardless of if I can sense them or not, I also need to roll a second insight to see if I can interpret what they mean.
That's fair.
So,
Alright. Let's call a ghost in the hotel room.
Ghostbusters.
So weird.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Nut busters.
Nut.
wait,
What's with that expression?
that's. Oh my gosh, Fitz.
That's a very different show.
I've probably seen it.
So, Darius, you begin to go about performing the seance to summon the ghost of Queen Orpheus Stural. As you are doing so, you all who are present in the room, save for Asher, who is technically off building something, or Asher, do you want to be in the room while you're building, or do you want to go to a different...
Asher's just working on boots right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
Asher's nearby.
Yeah.
You all will watch as the electric lamps that have been set up inside of this beautiful hotel room begin to flicker and pulse and spasm. The lights themselves all seeming to dim and then brighten and then dim and then brighten. The electrical humming coming from them suddenly turning louder and quieter and louder and quieter. The room gains a chill and your breath becomes visible. All of you are all now aware that something has changed in this room. Asher, it's becoming harder and harder for you to work. But as you are doing so, in the middle of the seance circle, you guys will see that floating above you all, kind of like chest out, arms kind of down slightly, head put upwards, is a dwarven woman. Quite old looking, certainly, but you guys would put her at maybe like 65 as a human goes. Old, but not that old. You see that she has long hair that goes down to right above her backside. You can see that she does have what looks to be a very nice beard that comes down and was well braided and well capped into this nice, almost knotted connection. But you will see that her expression is one of fear and pain.
Interesting. Before I ask the question, I'm just gonna say, Erasmo sends his regards.
She will look down at you and she will give a sad smile.
So, the first question being, how did you die, correct?
Do you know how you... Or no, tell us how you died.
Tell us how you died.
Can you tell us how you died?
So, let's go with that. Can you tell us how you died?
I don't know. Can't be here long.
Is your spirit being kept from going to its rightful place of resting?
Yes. All right, that was me.
Bless you.
Not the ghost. The ghost did
Your
not sneeze.
Majesty.
The ghost does not have allergies
Oh my
like me.
God.
Ghost.
How do
Stop
you
it.
know? There might be spectral dust.
Stop it.
Stop.
Darius is gonna look at all of you and go, she's being kept from her place of dying. That's not normal.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
It means someone's keeping her spirit on this plane, not the next life.
You know who it is?
Chances are she doesn't, and I don't want to use a question for that.
Right.
She's not sure how she died. Her spirit's being kept here against her will. She's still buried in her room in the palace.
There's a conspiracy going on. This is a Michelle voice, not Fizzy. Fizzy does not know about.
Did you want to ask who she wanted to inherit the throne?
What good is that going to do in
Ooh,
this case?
ask her maybe about like a will. Yeah, ask about her will or intent with the
A
throne.
written will, something we could find.
Somewhere
and
where we can find
use.
proof.
I'm taking off that idea, but I think the best way we can find out more is being able to get into her room. Is there a way to get into your room in the palace undetected?
Yes. And at that point, you're going to watch that her spirit rips down through the ground and vanishes.
You know who knows?
Erasmo would know.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a way for us to get in there without being detected. We need to take it.
So
what is going on here?
So she definitely
This is
doesn't.
all-
Oh no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, this is all becoming a lot bigger than a single political assassination.
Yeah.
Oh my.
So if it was natural causes, would the spirit know that they died peacefully?
Yes and no. So if a spirit died of natural causes, they would know when they died there was nothing wrong. They would just know 1 minute they were awake, the next minute they were gone. That would be a natural cause death.
But right now she doesn't sound peaceful.
She looked terrified.
Something's holding her.
I'm gonna be honest here. If you're killing someone, if you're holding something spirit, I doubt that it went peacefully.
And she went down.
And to add on to that, I imagine you'd have to. I'm not necessarily positive on the exact intricacies of capturing one's spirit. You would have to be prepared to capture a spirit, and if the queen died of natural causes,
that's not a.
You shouldn't be able to be prepared for that.
Asha, you've been looking up how to capture spirits.
Oh, I know.
Anything that you can share with the...
Can or want to? It's a bit of a loaded question.
I'm not asking what you're planning to do with it. I'm asking what you know that would want someone to hold her. Ow.
Wouldn't share it anyway. No, the whole process of it is very messy. She does not have a whole lot of power as far as a soul goes. It's not like she is some sort of dragon or something like that. The most accurate ways I can think of, or not the most accurate, probably the most likely ways that she could be used for something of that like. She could be being used as a political pawn. She could be a bargaining chip. Somebody was able to kill her, is now using her as a way to convince whoever it is, hey, we're not going to let her move on to the next part of her life. I just keep her suspended. It could be the thing that took our life, though.
Also, keeping someone's soul prevents them from returning to life, doesn't it?
Yeah, the body's still technically alive.
So she's not actually dead?
She might not be.
Oh.
We'd have to find the corpse, which is Should be. I'm gonna correct that. Should be in her room.
We need to find a way, because if there's a way to go, that's going to be very hard to explain over a sending spell.
Yeah.
It needs to come here.
Eris is going to be already, as we're talking, prepping another sending spell.
That means we need the cart.
Oh, this is so much more than I was expecting.
Connor, where is
Just
the
assassinated this man.
palace in relativity to where we are in the hotel? Like, directly above or below it, or in
This man's home.
the palace?
Oh, the palace. It would be up. It'd be straight up. The being dragged down was strictly for flavor, guys. Don't worry about it. Don't think too much.
Yeah.
I figured.
Yeah.
I meant more, it seemed like something was pulling her. It was not a peaceful disappearance. It was...
Yes. But I'm wondering if there's less strain if she is summoned closer to where her soul
I
is
don't
being
think
kept.
so. I think she's being
No.
held.
Even if we could, I can't do that again for 7 days with that spirit.
Yeah.
Seance is not like Speak with Dead. I don't need a body or anything like that, but...
It's taxing.
Would you say that Seance is more powerful than Speak?
I get less questions, but I think Speak with Dead, you have to have the body. I think.
Yeah,
Because-
and Speak with Dead, they don't have to answer if they dislike you.
I ask that because another possible reason that the soul is kept could be to prevent things like that from happening.
True.
Speaking with Dead, if it were less powerful than Seance, because we only got her, we didn't get her for the full amount of time you're supposed to. I imagine. I don't think.
No, once the third question's over, she's gone.
Yes. So she was taken before then, which I imagine in a weaker spell, she may not even appear at all.
What level is Seance?
It's a level 30 spell, like
Oh, it's
Speak with
as
Dead is.
powerful. Yeah, it's as powerful as Speak with Dead.
Right.
This is...
The main difference between this and Speak with Dead is the number of questions, the fact I don't need the body, and last and most importantly, the answers don't have to be quick, brief, cryptic, or repetitive.
Mhm.
So we probably got more out of using Seance than we would with Speak with Dead, to be honest.
This feels about a meter over our pay grade.
Yeah.
This doesn't really feel like something that I expected us to be ever doing. On a personal level, I was just a little. I was at school, and then and now I'm solving the Queen's murder.
I thought hoping something like this could get us some favors from powerful people.
Your parents proud.
Okay, I imagine so, but also, you know what else would make my parents proud?
Not dying in
Not
political.
dying in a political.
Yeah.
Pardon my French. Crap storm.
If
The
she
crap
was
storm.
killed... Okay, but if she was killed... Someone's already doing a... What did you call it? A coup? That's already a coup,
Yes.
isn't it?
Technically speaking,
Killing
yes.
the leader seems like... Killing the leader to gain more power with the military? Seems a lot like... Using the military just in a different way. So maybe stopping it is a... This is a lot.
How did it go from let's go kill a political guy to this is a political conspiracy?
We asked
killing-
questions. That is how that happened.
Yeah.
Welcome to
Killing-
politics.
That's always how it happens.
I'm also thinking that like maybe killing that Borja guy wouldn't actually do that much because then someone else would come in. Because like the guy was explaining to me, the guy was talking to me, he was explaining it was like a vacuum, and like there's other people who think the same way he does. Like, his name isn't the only one that comes up, so someone else is just gonna come
Right.
up and do the same thing. So, like...
Yes, Jess?
I have a gut feeling, and this is Darius. Boaz is a puppet. He's an easy scapegoat if this goes wrong. Because he seems like a power-hungry person. But I'm gonna be real honest with you. People who are war dogs usually aren't the brightest. They're a lot more blunt about the ways they handle things. This backwards, soul-stealing, that's not the angle of those kind of men.
Hey, weird thought, and maybe this isn't connected at all, but, like, wouldn't somebody who's, like, trapping a soul also, like, possibly be somebody who has the body part of a very dangerous, like, being? That, when,
Political
like,
unrest wouldn't be a bad idea.
putting it all together would be, like, very bad.
Mm.
Is it possible the royal family was holding one of those body parts?
Would the vision thing that I did with my brain.
Yep.
Because in the vision, I vaguely remember. Fitz would remember all of this.
It was a dwarven man.
It was no, because like wasn't there like a room full of important people?
You couldn't
Did
see any of them.
Couldn't see their faces.
The only thing you know is one of them was definitely a dwarven man.
Yeah.
Which is why we were suspicious of Amador again.
But there's also...
It could be this
Again.
guy, though.
You never stop being suspicious.
We're still
of him.
suspicious.
Yeah, never stopped.
Well,
But also, we are in a land of dwarven and, like, dwarven people being shitty, like, specifically, like, powerful dwarven people.
That dwarf specifically had a bunch of rings on his fingers, so...
I was literally about to ask. I couldn't see their faces. But outfits and, like, hands below the neck, I could see in detail.
You could... basically, they were masqueraded to... You weren't able to see their identity. But yes, you could see the clothing they were wearing, certainly.
Which could serve as identifying features.
You could.
Did they look bougie?
Did they look like they might have trapped the queen's soul in like a water bottle or something?
This is such an oddly specific question.
It's just a general question.
Here's the other thing.
It wasn't in a water bottle. It was in a jam jar.
Yeah, here's the other thing. Hadrian was going to look into and get back to us on the location of the other related projects that his father did. So if one of them was in Hargrak, then we might have another place to look into.
And it would line up because I think the whole purpose of the thing was to bring the vampire band back to life and like sow chaos.
Yeah.
And throwing a country back into a war.
What if
Voting
like the
for
number
the
one war.
leopards eating faces party.
Yeah, they literally thought, oh, they'll destroy my enemies and then I'll win the war. And
I never thought they'd eat my face.
I don't know the leopards would even
Yeah. It just feels like weirdly...
It feels very necromancy, essentially.
This whole thing feels very like... It feels a little too, like, people would do whatever for power, and, like, holding on to the part of a fucking gross monster thing is definitely something, like, that this would... I don't know.
Asher, what do you need to get your cart back?
I just need time.
Okay.
And the pieces, don't you?
No, I just summon it.
I was ready to roll up my sleeves and get to work with a hammer.
No, it is. It's better than that. It's just something that I summon. It's not a physical space.
Not disappointed that I do not have to use a hammer. In fact, the opposite. disappointed. Extremely glad.
Actually, I think just for the sake of it.
Nope. No, I don't want to. No habit.
Do you need anything beyond time?
No. Just the time.
Okay. I'm gonna send out one last sending spell.
To ask about the secret, undetectable entrance.
Or if he can come talk to us in person.
Cut it in 2 questions. This one you can have 2 questions.
Yes, I can.
Yes.
So you can actually do that.
So I'll send out one last sending spell to Erasmo. And say, do you know where the secret entrance is? I'm not actually counting, so don't count my hands.
Go on.
To
Well,
the
it's
queen's
8 so
room
far.
is. To the queen's room is.
13.
Can we meet up with you?
I will not talk about this over a spell. You will have to meet me in person.
Someone hacking the spell lines.
Using sending again, I guess.
No, no. I'm. Let me keep talking.
Oh, I'm not done.
I'm not done,
Someone's hacking
fucker.
the spell lines.
Excuse me.
The CS, the NSA is in the spell lines. Do you have your tinfoil hat on?
No.
Damn it.
It makes
You're
my
going to
ears
go-
itch.
You don't know thief speak. Yeah.
Is he saying that in sending?
Yes.
Immediately another spending. Yes, I do, bitch.
Deus is just gonna send another sending, which, by the way, these take 10 minutes, so there are 10-minute gaps between these. And just going to say, I don't, my friends do. Tell me what you're going to say.
So he will reply back, and he will say something along the lines of like 38 sparrows, 15 crows. Doesn't mean anything to you. Asher and Kaz, it's basically just a coded way of saying go down 35 miles, go over 15. He's telling you where to go on a map. Considering you're in Hargrak, he's telling you go down 38 miles, go over 15. Meet me there.
Oh, okay.
Now, when he says go down,
South.
does he mean go down?
South.
Okay. I was just curious because we're in a
Specifically, he is-
mountain with an elevator.
That's also fair.
This is entirely fair. No, so it is. That was me being a little bit obtuse and saying it wrong. It will be south 38
South.
over west. Sorry, not west. East 15.
So as soon as Asher gets the cart up and running, or if we don't have the time for that, we can always rent a cart.
Rent a cart.
I don't want to rush you, Asher.
Ye old Davis.
I think it's like 4 hours and I get it back.
We gotta go through a lake. And then we go to a mountain. Not really. It's along a pathway. Where Connor's putting the little X.
Yeah. I could probably, like, add a character, calculate the exact distance and angle for heading there directly. I'm pretty sure Asher, with his cart, would probably be able to do so.
Yeah, Asher can do that, no problem. Asher, you are working on the boots for Kaz, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Want to do a roll for it?
Yeah.
Sure. Cool.
That is a 17 on the die plus, what am I adding to it? 10, 25.
Cool.
No, 20.
It's 27.
No. It's 20. No, because my intelligence changed, so that's 12, 29.
Plus 17. 29, yeah.
There we
Damn.
go. Jace got it.
Yep.
Are you maxed out on your intelligence now?
I am maxed out on my intelligence.
Yeah.
High five. High five.
Hell yeah.
As the person with the least intelligence I've got.
Yeah.
It's not intelligence. It's
I know.
maxing out on your important skill. Because I
know.
have
Yeah.
any wisdom. High five.
Asher, you're not a cobbler, but you think you've done a pretty good job with these boots. They're holding together
I'm a
very
leather
well.
worker, though, dog.
You are a leather worker.
Yeah.
That does help. Leather working and shoemaking, a little different, but still, you're pretty confident with what you've made.
Yeah.
The boots themselves look pretty good. Seem like they're gonna fit Kaz pretty well. You didn't take any measurements, but also it feels weird to measure someone's feet, so you know.
Yeah.
But all in all, you're starting to get the work on this done pretty well. Putting some metal inlays to make sure there's good support, and you're even starting to get the engravings going so that the magic can be put into it with no problems.
Pog.
Asher boat. Fog.
Pog.
Pog.
Big pog.
Asher poggers emote when?
Not soon enough.
Becca?
Not
Becca, when
soon
are we
enough.
getting the Asher poggers emote?
Let's go.
I am never drawing a Poggers emote.
That means it
Make
falls
someone
toward
else
Dolly
do
and
it.
Jill.
Oh,
Oh,
let's fucking
Oh,
go,
no.
Oh.
dude. Let's go, dude.
how much do you want to do this?
I'm indifferent. But if it has to be done, it has to be done.
Got
has
it.
to be done.
Hold on,
Has
may-
to be done.
No, hold on, you have to haggle. Say you'll do it if you get DM inspiration.
I'll do it if I get
Jill
a
already-
second DM inspiration.
Jill, you already have one!
I already
How about a-
have one.
Hey,
How
that's
about
fine.
a-
You
how
can
about
have
a
up to
to
3.
bed.
How about a Fitz pogger? Like Fitz doing the poggers emote.
That doesn't feel like a very
It
Fitz
doesn't-
thing.
It doesn't
Frog
feel like
Poggers.
Froggers.
Parrots already do the like.
The thing is, Asher makes sense because Asher would say poggers in a modern day.
This is true.
That's
Yeah.
because it's Chase's character.
Mhm.
I know, and Jace is the only person who unironically says pog.
Yeah.
So, are there any other things you guys would like to do out of curiosity? Or any scenes you wish to have?
Darius will quickly just look at Asher while he's working on the boots and go, so you know how I can, sort of borrow God's magic to do certain spells?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whose magic I borrowed, but now I can use a whole lot more magic items all of a sudden. I was fucking around in my grimoire last night and it started glowing, and then I started to glow briefly, and now I know I can hold a lot more magic items.
All right. Well, for the glowing thing, I would have Fizzy check you out just to make sure.
It's not.
It seems like a medical condition. I mean, I could just to make sure, but I would definitely have Fizzy check you out.
I mean, more can you make me more magic shit? I don't care
Oh.
what it is. Have fun. Go lose.
Done.
I'm giving you full ungodly permission to do what you want to do.
Doris. The gods have nothing to do with this. I got
That's
you.
fair. The gods are pretty useless.
True.
there are no gods here.
I have made more things than most of the gods have made.
You've done more for people than most of the gods have done.
Very true. Very true.
Regardless, I'm gonna give you free reign. Do what you want. I can hold up to 6. I've got 2 right now.
Well, we need to get you in and out without getting hit.
I've got 1 use of Misty Step. But that's about it.
Asher actually will take out a notebook and start jotting down some ideas.
I'm gonna leave you to it.
Just
Just don't.
don't ask
don't make
questions
me
when I give
bored.
you a shopping list. Just don't ask questions.
Okay. I don't ask questions to things I don't want the answers to.
And that will serve you well.
Janice is just gonna walk away from Asher, feeling a little unsettled.
Asher, you begin sketching up some ideas on what to work on next, and then with about 4 hours, you said.
I think I was looking for it. I can't find it right now. But
It's
I think
gonna
it's
be in the
like
caravanner.
4 hours.
Let me look. So I think I looked at it the other day.
I'm pretty confident I have it somewhere too. Just give me a second.
Because we were talking about it when you weren't there.
I'm never there.
Not you, Chase.
That's fair.
It's a perfect excuse for if your cart gets any new features. We've built it, new and improved.
New and approved.
It takes
No, it is a
takes-
24-hour period.
Well, that's if you don't cast any spells.
Yeah.
You can use Carpenter's Tool as an action to revive it, provided you're within 5 feet of it, and can expend a first-level spell slot. It returns to life after 1 hour. So, first-level spell slot, Carpenter's Tool, 1 hour.
Well,
But
I
that
need a
is-
long rest.
Yeah.
But that is
or,
also, we need to get to where the remains of the wreckage are for him to do that.
or you can
No.
honestly just take 24 hours and just
Yes.
Yeah.
summon it.
24 hours
Yep.
for a new one, 1 hour and a spell slot to fix the old one.
The thing is, that means you can't cast any spells for 24 hours.
I'm not going to be able to cast spells for at least another 8.
True.
Much fair.
I have 0 spell slots. I burned everything.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I forgot that's why we left you behind.
Yup. I burned fucking.
you haven't you
everything.
cast the last. Oh, last time you cast spells was in the thing, right?
In the what thing?
In the
When
lab, or no, in the elevator.
Yeah. I burned everything over the course of the elevator. Like, everything.
So technically, from that point on, it would be 24 hours. You can't cast in that 24-hour point period. From when you last cast a spell, right?
So you
Yeah.
can probably start casting spells again around sunup the next day.
Around
Right.
a bit after.
Right.
Oh, so yeah, I would just be able to get it back here soon then. Shit.
So if
Yeah.
we can't do anything till tomorrow anyway. So
No.
Just take a nap and get the cart back. Sounds
Exactly.
like a plan to me.
Simple as
Yeah.
that.
Well, we also
So-
need a response for Havoc, I thought. Or is that the next day?
That's next day.
Yeah, it's the next day. 24 hours.
My thought process is to just tell them we have other leads we're pursuing at the moment. If anything changes in our perspective, we will get back to you. This is something that's going to take more consideration with what we've uncovered. That we are not at liberty at this time to share.
the rabbit hole goes so much deeper than you thought, actually.
Also, I don't trust the South to not be the one holding the Queen's soul somewhere. So, I don't want to tell him that.
No, I know. I don't trust him.
Personally.
I don't trust him at all. I don't think it's the South holding the thing, but I also think it's very shady that they're doing this at all. So,
I mean, that's just politics.
If you talk with him, you can say we're pursuing a way to get him tried for treason, which would be arguably better than having him killed.
I don't even know if I want to say that. I think we're just going to say we're
Yeah.
investigating other avenues that could
Yeah.
get us the same result.
Fair enough.
I don't
So,
want him in our stuff.
now realizing that you guys still have some bigger things ahead of you and that maybe this is a little bit more than you were initially thinking, you guys all head to your respective rooms, and you turn in for
Runes.
the night. Runes.
Mhm.
Who's
By the way,
bunking with
who's-
who?
Yeah, who's bunking with who? That's exactly what I was about to say.
I just assume Granny and Fitz are together. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well,
If Fitz is fine with that, Granny would be fine with that.
if you include Electas, there are 8 of us amongst the
And Thurlins.
Well, Tonic has an Electus can share.
I'm fine with that.
Certainly.
I'll bunk with Granny and Fitz.
Ah,
No,
the
Asher-
little crime trio is back together.
So,
Gang's all here.
so the carnies,
Oh
the
my
party
God.
crashes, and the people who were invited to the party. Yeah,
Exactly.
The actual invitee.
It only
Right.
took about a year, but you're finally back to the way it was.
So, how many beds?
The
are
way
in
it
this room,
should.
Connor?
Oh, how many beds? Yeah, 3 beds. It's a large bed for each room.
Dang,
Yeah.
I was, even though Tana doesn't need a bed, I was hoping that it would be 2, so Tana could take one of the beds and force Kaz and Electas to be in the same
Oh
bed.
no, you're not forcing me into this, Tana. You're getting in that bed right now.
You're all getting in a bed together. You're all
Put me in the
getting
box.
Jesus Christ.
Barrel. Grab someone.
There was
Tana is the pillow wall between
the thing is, Darius and Asha. I feel like Ash is not gonna come to bed until way after Darius does, knowing the two of them, or vice versa. Either Ash is immediately gonna crash and Darius is gonna stay up. We do
Yeah.
not keep the same schedule.
Not even close.
So, you guys head to your respective beds, turn into your respective rooms, and get a few things, a few balls rolling. Namely, Asher with the crafting. With no fear of anybody interrupting your sleep, and no watches really necessary, as you are inside of a nice hotel. You get a full 8 hours, and you guys can take a long rest. Please, everybody, restore everything on your characters.
Fucking God.
God.
Okay, wait, hold on, guys. Let's see. What's my number for today? I haven't been able to do this in a bit. A 12.
I love doing this and watching a bunch of just options just go.
I mean, yeah.
Item recharged, item recharged, item recharged.
I actually realized I'm not currently attuned to any items, so that's all like open game for whatever.
You guys will wake up at 9 o'clock at night. It is the afternoon. Asher, do you want to head over to your cart and revive it? Or do you just want to bring a new one into existence? It's up to you.
I mean, bringing a new one. Anything that was important item-wise
Has already been taken.
Has already been taken.
2 in a row.
Sorry, Chief.
Jesus Christ, it fucking hates you, bro.
Hates me.
Yes, Gilliam Shakespeare.
I was just gonna say, you said we wake up at 9 at night and it's in the afternoon, so what you're saying is we woke up at 9 in the afternoon.
Are your eyes like the moon?
Eyes of the moon. Can't tell you do. Feeling so good.
You guys make me want to drink.
You already drank.
Right, you drink
I know.
regularly, okay? You're welcome.
It's fair. Asher,
Welcome.
you step out of the hotel, giving the receptionist, still that orcish fellow, a polite wave as you walk out. And then, using your carpenter's tools, you summon into existence a brand new version of your cart.
Mm-hmm.
Any changes?
On the exterior, no.
Okay. The cart itself appears to be much of the same. Your comrades who are who had been riding with you are currently back in the tower. So Maxwell and Sermit have been hopefully making themselves useful in cleaning up the tower. You're not sure. Everybody, you walk into the cart, and Asher, what has changed?
The only thing that has changed, instead of the roof being a nice warm wood, there is just an interesting metal like honeycomb pattern on the roof.
Okay.
I wonder why you like honeycombs.
Asher's a bee.
I was more making a joke about what we can't see on Jace's other arm.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, there's a there's a reason for it.
There's a reason for
I
it.
mean, it's
Are
like
you storing
this-
things in the honeycombs?
Are you a bee?
It is the strongest
Jot
natural
down that
structure.
really quick.
Asher is a hive body of bees.
Asher's a high body of bees.
Whoa.
I am a hive body. There you go.
Asher equals bees.
Question mark?
Bees?
Yeah.
Question mark?
Just like holds up his arm, and it's actually been a bunch of bees the whole time,
Tired.
not bones.
The
It's
whole
just a
time.
swarm.
The whole
The whole
time.
time.
It's just a swarm of bones.
And
Oh, God.
unless you guys are going to stop me, you all begin making your way out of the city of Hargrak to meet up with Erasmo. You are one potential lead on the situation involving the Queen.
Quick note: we're leaving
Yes.
Electos.
You're leaving. You're leaving Electos here.
Yeah, I don't want the bounty hunter to come after us while we're going after probably the most wanted man in North Ekes.
You know what? Legit, totally fair. Didn't think of that.
And
Can I tell her?
Electos,
Can she water my plants?
But she's sexy.
I mean, Electos also is looking for someone right outside of the city, so that is fine.
Actually, you guys say that you're not going to bring Electos along, and Electos is going to go. That's totally fine. I've got some things I need to do in the city, anyways. Currently trying to look for someone for another client of mine.
Did we want to
probably be
leave
back in a day or
an
two.
earpiece with her and make a new one, or did we want to take that back?
It's up to y'all.
I mean, we
Probably
don't
best
need
if we take it back.
Yeah, I think we should take it back.
No
I can
offense,
give it
but I
back,
don't
no
trust you
problem.
not to wander off on your own.
You
Well,
only
like
get
also
one
hand-
if you're like part of the team. So
Well, with the money that I made off of this, or going to be making off of this, I don't think I'll have to work for quite a while. So I'm fine with that.
Yeah, you got a little windfall.
Wait, does this mean we have a new friend that can stay in the cart with us for a little while?
If you want, I can tag along with you guys. You did help me get him.
Yeah.
Once we get back from this, maybe.
for no reason you can't come.
No,
I
that's
mean,
fine.
Out of character, what is the bounty on Erasmo?
A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
Because if it's high enough, she would jump even if he was sitting on quite a bit of money.
But I do still have one more thing to do here, and then I'll be back at the hotel. I'll see you all there.
Okay. You got it.
Be safe.
No promises.
I'll only beat up people who deserve it.
No promises.
You know what? I trust your judgment.
You shouldn't.
I know. As soon as I said it, it felt wrong.
How does it feel to know you're the only morally good elf that we like have in
I'm
our
glad that you
group?
specified elf.
Granny's right there, first of all. Second of all, I imagine Fizzy's quite morally good.
Fizzy has different morals.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good intentions.
Here?
See,
We
she
can't
can
hear
talk
you.
without making noise. That's.
I said, why are you talking about me like I'm not here?
We usually talk about at least one of us like we're not here. I feel like that's a bad habit this group has.
Listen, I just don't want people to get hurt that don't deserve to get hurt. That's my whole thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good
Like-
morning.
Would you
That-
kill someone that deserves to die?
I think so. But, it would take a lot to get to that point.
Fair enough.
I think everyone
I
has a
assume-
chance to like be better.
Yeah. I assume we're already driving towards there. Like we're having this discussion
Yeah,
as we're
yeah.
going.
Yep. You guys begin driving off. It's not going to take terribly long for you to get there. It'll take maybe about a day. for you guys to get to your meeting place with Erasmo. But we'll be picking that up next session.
Yeah.
So, if you enjoyed the show, thank you very. If you enjoyed this, that is very kind of you. Please pass the word around. Tell your friends. Special thanks to Zeno Salazar. Very nice having you in chat. I actually did enjoy talking about Lupin the Third, which is also.
Oh, Lupin the Third's so good.
It's so good.
Close. That's my
Which,
friend.
interestingly enough, I was introduced to it by Becca here.
Yeah, no, that's my friend Carlos.
Me too.
Same.
Oh, it's your buddy Carlos.
Yeah, I made everyone watch the new
Hey,
Lupin
sick,
movie
man.
when they were visiting.
It was a good movie.
It's because it's a good fucking movie.
Okay, thank you for the chicken noises, Becca.
You're welcome.
Well, you give goat noises, so
Yeah, I do.
it's only natural.
If you enjoyed the show, please pass the word around. Tell your friends. We stream regularly on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. If you wish, you can follow us on Blue Sky. We are Dicefunctional over there. Our Twitter is basically we're gonna let it just kind of die. Really, I see no real reason to be using Twitter right now. At this point, I've moved on to Blue Sky basically entirely. So
Maybe.
Don't
Oh,
download
Dicefunctional
shit.
everywhere.
yeah,
You don't know. Maybe I'll use the Twitter.
Yeah.
I mean,
maybe
we're
Jill will
not
take over the Twitter now.
We're
I'll
not
take it over.
deleting it.
Dysfunctional
we're not deleting
underscore
it.
on Twitter.
It's just not going to see a lot of use.
Dysfunctional
Yeah.
everywhere else,
Maybe.
including Blue Sky.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Unless Jill takes it over.
Unless Jill takes over it, which is fine.
Which could happen.
I-
It's fine.
I still use Twitter. I don't
That's
like
fair,
it,
that's
but I
fair.
still use it.
That's fair. But I was going to say something else, but then I got distracted. Say bye, stream.
Bye, stream.
Bye, stream.